everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon. I'm back again today with another episode of Tales from the Twisted Tower on the most alliterative day of Dungeons & Dragons you could ever hope for on Thursdays. We've got Kienna with us as a Dungeon Master today. Kienna, how you doing?
My reading week break, so actually feeling somewhat well rested for once in several months. So again, I'm always excited to be here on Encounter Roleplay, playing D&D with some of my favorite people on the internet. I'm very excited to see where the rest of the crew goes today.
I don't think we have any idea, which is fantastic. But let's see. Let's go around the cast and Chris, figure out who we are, who we're playing. We got Tommy with us today. Tommy, how you doing?
I am doing pretty well. It's Thursday, so it's D&D day,
Close.
and that's always a good day. I wish I knew what it felt like to be well rested, though. I will be playing Aiden. Yeah, Aiden. That's the right one. A lot of characters. Aiden Brightfoot, halfling Phoenix sorcerer. He really wants to set that tower on fire, real bad.
It's gonna happen one of these days.
It's gonna happen. Like it's just a matter of when.
It really is, isn't it? Amazing. Thing that is Reaver as well. I have a table of bad things from Urban Lady, but an NPC of Kiana's choice gets a table of bad things as well, which is going to be fun. Great stuff. We've got Kyle with us today. Kyle, how you doing, my friend?
Doing great.
Good.
Just rolled up the Roll of the Rim for today. Please play again. Well, not a great start to the session. But yes, I play Trash Elf Rose Royce, who is now apparently a were-tiger. We're going to see how that goes, but I'm excited.
Amazing. We also have with us today, with Anna, with a moving mirror. Anna, how are you doing?
My dog is scratching it because he wants to go out, but what talent, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you should...
Like and subscribe for that talent. He'll be here every Thursday. But hello, I'm doing okay. I have a little bit of a cold, but it's chill. And I have a growling doggo. But I'm excited to see what shenanigans we're going to get up to today.
Absolutely. And we also have with us Kat today. Kat, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kiana throws at us this week. And seeing if we actually find anything out. Probably about anything, really. We're not particularly good at finding stuff out. I play Larissa, who is a half-elf ranger, and I have just taken as my next favourite enemy, lycanthropes.
Amazing.
Appropriate.
Relevant. I love it. As for myself, I'll be playing Douglas, the human fighter, who is, he's a nice guy deep down somewhere or other. But he's very protective of Alyssa, and he is the yin to Frilly's yang when it comes to parenting advice. He is very much the we should kill people kind of parent, and Frilly's very much the maybe not yet kind of parent. So, yeah, that's all you need to know about Douglas, I think, really. Before we dive into today's show, we are, of course, sponsored today by dndice.co.uk. Go over there, get 5% off all of their beautiful products over on their website. They got some new stuff in, well worth checking out, my friends, and they support the show, keep us doing all these crazy shenanigans every day here in Encounter Roleplay. Of course, you can interact with today's show. If you have not yet followed, hit the follow button and join us. 20 followers, viewer decision. 20 retweets on this tweet, viewer decision. And, of course, donate to affect the game. Give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. Including Table of Bad Things, which I've already rolled mine. And mine reads, a single bard approaches the party and offers us strong spirits and good stories in exchange for a night's company.
Okay, so a bard.
I feel like that's actually really solid for our game, our campain. Like
That sounds fun.
Very fitting.
yeah, like that. Very fitting.
Thematically appropriate.
Yeah, very, very fitting. And I will figure out a way to put that. I have a list of things that will happen eventually, thanks to the table of bad things.
Oh, yeah.
But
Beautiful.
So...
Well, yeah, I'll hand over to you, Kiana, to talk through a little bit about what happened previously on the show.
Oh boy, yeah. A lot of things happened last week where I tried to kill the party, but they managed to survive somehow. So essentially, the party was finishing up their quest over in Clearrock, where they were trying to retrieve the Crown Prince Robert. Through some shenanigans and the such, they found out that the whole almost all the whole party, celebrating this engagement between the Crown Prince and Lady Sarah, are lycanthropes of forms. So they managed to escape. Somehow. Half of them go up the Jack and the Beanstalks, ran a rope that appeared, and narrowly escape a storm giant. That would have been really bad, which included some very sweet maneuvers from Aiden, who suddenly remembered he had a broom of flying.
Yeah, see, I've got it written down here. You have a broom of flying down here in big bold letters. I
Can't forget that again.
Best notes.
So half of them managed to kind of escape and diplomacy their way through Crown Prince Robert, who has been turned into a were-tiger, and convinced him to kind of, maybe talk it out with Lady Sarah now that she's no longer under her enchantment. Meanwhile, Rose and Frilly ended up diplomacying their way through talking with Lady Sarah and figuring out what her motives were, trying to realizing that really she didn't want to hurt anybody. She just wanted her people, lycanthropes, to be recognized and non-persecuted. So as the party came back together and Lady Sarah and Crown Prince Robert were united, they managed to talk things out. Meanwhile, during this serious conversation between Lady Sarah and Crown Prince Robert, there was some family drama within the party, as Alyssa was having arguments about her date, who would also turn into a were-rat.
It became a soap opera. It really did.
It became a soap opera. It's very funny.
It takes a party to raise a half-elf.
It takes a party to raise a half-elf. Either way, everything got resolved. Crown Prince Robert and Lady Sarah decided, they were going to not be engaged anymore, but just kind of restart the consortship. And the party decided, all right, we'll escort you back to Avalor, back to the Queen, and we can figure things out from there. Along that way, they found out that the rose that was so central to Crown Prince Robert's enchantment was actually a story page, similar to the one that Rose had discovered of the gingerbread cookie had also turned into a page. And both of these had stories that oddly paralleled their experiences so far. As well, the coins that they had just suddenly had the engravings of the tower that existed in Avalor. So things are a little weird. Towers may be more, involved than they thought they were at first. And as they left the city of Clearrock, the color faded from the city as everything in that city turned gray. And that's where we left it off last time. So, first things first, thanks to some bad things that happened, the party on your way to Avalor, you felt like you haven't slept in days. In fact, you feel like you have not slept for 49 days. No, 19 days. 46, but 19 days. You feel like you have not slept for 19 days, which means that...
Wow.
Did anyone else feel suddenly exhausted?
As you're feeling adrenaline from the...
guys.
Yeah, you're feeling the adrenaline from the events of the past 24 hours, basically, just exhaust you.
Oh,
and
God.
Really, it's 3 points of exhaustion.
Can we
levels of exhaustion?
How can we sleep? Can we camp?
Oh,
and
I need
sleep
a rest.
Aiden falls face first into the
I'm just
Aiden,
gonna
no.
maybe curl up and go to sleep because I'm really tired. I mean, it's been super exciting, guys, but even I can't go any further.
I'm too tired to even be angry.
I mean, Aiden does look really comfortable. I should just...
Maybe just fall down here, yeah?
Just here, maybe.
I kind of look around, and then, are we in a road?
You guys are on the road. You guys are all on horses. And Lady Sarah and Crown Prince Robert are ahead of you guys.
We're just gonna take a rest here. I'll take Watch.
Maybe we could get Lady Sarah and and Princey. They could do the watching.
Do they look tired?
It's like mid-afternoon, so nope.
Princey and Lady Sarah.
Lady
Hello.
Sarah turns around and says, "My,
I'm
are you?
sleepy.
I can very much tell that. I suppose we could take a rest."
Yep. We're gonna sleep. And someone watches.
B Guild Union specifications clearly state that we need at least
A nap.
time for nap. Yes.
Nap time is included in our contracts. All of them.
That is included in your
Sleeping.
contract.
And you, Lady Sarah, and Princey are responsible for our sleeping forms.
Yes.
Whereas we'll try dragging Aiden away, and then like only get. Well, no, she's strong now, so I guess she could. But she'll like put a blanket over him. She's just sleeping in the road.
It was like this hilarious montage of these people trying to function, but just so tired.
Also, a wild magic surge for myself and for Aiden.
Nice.
Hey.
As you are incredibly
Thank you,
tired.
Sarah.
Weird shit happens. Roll that for me.
There's a level of
stop
tired
seeing-
where just weird shit just
Wow,
starts
real low.
happening.
But yeah, because we're
Both real low.
it's like that feeling when you pull like a double all-nighter and you're
Oh.
seeing shadow people at that point.
Lightly hallucinating now.
Oh my god, Aiden, why'd you... Caster ages 1 year per day.
Oh, no.
Per day spent on open water.
Per day spent on open water.
So if you've ever been at sea, then you age every day that you've been at sea. There's always aging with you, Aiden. Why?
Not again! Not again!
Alright, and to myself, I experience pain when I spend money. Don't we all? Douglas goes to look at his bank account. He's like, "Oh
Yeah.
God, no!"
It's painful each and every time.
God,
Now it's
That's
just
gonna be-
physical.
take it.
That's gonna make him so happy.
Just need some bread. Just take it.
Every time he spends money. Adding it to my giant list of things that will happen.
At some
Has
point.
he
Hurts.
never been D?
Hurts my soul.
Oh my god. Okay, so Aiden, you start dreaming about like being on the ocean and this like awful nightmare of you suddenly turning older and older once more. It's not it's not great.
We're gonna. Is this going forward, or is this for any day that he's ever spent at sea?
Anytime that he's going it's going forward. Going forward anytime you're going to spend time.
Okay.
Let's go on a cruise.
Do you want to kill Aiden? Is the question.
Kill Aiden, yes. Yeah, so the rest of all of you kind of managed to settle yourselves into the most like needed sleep ever. And you basically just
It's
curl
like-
up by the road.
Yeah. When I used to do 24-hour streams, I was doing once a month. Like the feeling of satisfaction when you like just hit a surface, like you just feel your body just shutting down. I was like, I'm dying, but it's so good. It's the weirdest thing. I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Oh,
So basically, as soon as you hit the floor, the bedroll, whatever, you just kind of conk the
Nice.
fuck out.
I cuddle a rock.
I just get some leaves and just make a
Yep.
pillow.
I sleep on the hard ground.
Rose is just sort of like curled up like a potato bug, just like. brrr.
Aw.
Aiden is face down in the road.
You're probably being dragged to
Yeah,
the
I
side of
think
the
you were
road.
trying to
He did
Like
not
literally just to the
Oh
side,
my.
like 1 foot still in the road.
So you don't know how much time passes when you wake up, but you wake up to the sound of a lute strumming. It is like waking up is still painful to wake up because you're like your body is rebelling against you for
waking up.
for waking up.
I'm still
Relatable
super
content.
tired, guys.
I hurt.
Someone push snooze
5
on that
minutes.
loot.
Why is
I'm
why
not in
is
a
there?
good mood. Who is strumming that lute?
Can
Can't they see we're
Aiden
sleeping?
see if Aiden wakes up? Can Aiden see where the loot is?
Yes. I
Can Aiden firebolt that loot?
Yes.
Do it.
This is his way of turning off the alarm.
okay.
So you hitting that snooze button.
Roll it with disadvantage because you just woke up.
Okay. That's wait. Well, that's
Oh, that's a nat 1.
not one. Do I get? To...
I will say
No.
you get to re-roll that
No,
because
I'm
of your.
taking it. I'm gonna take it. I want to.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay.
I
So
think
it's like when
possible.
you're like trying to hit the snooze button, but like your depth perception is totally off,
Mhm.
and you watch as your firebolt just kind of swings past this person who's playing this lute
Mhm.
and singes the ends of her hair, and she's like, "Why?"
We're trying to sleep here, man. Come back later. We're-
Mm.
Rose will very sleepily get up and like toddle over to this person. What's going on? Who are you?
You see a human woman, probably in her early 20s or so. It's kind of like long red hair, a lot of really swarthy, like blue and black fabric,
Oh my.
as she carries a lute that she's kind of strumming, and she says, "Well, I mean, I can stop. I didn't realize you guys were sleeping. I thought you were about to wake up."
No.
And you,
Not see the sleepiness.
They need 5 more minutes, probably. I mean, like 10 more minutes.
15.
you guys,
Like 5 more hours.
you guys look like you've been, really tired recently. Have you been doing something? You look like you're adventurers.
Party planning.
Oh, we're totally.
Hey, stop talking. We're trying to sleep. We're really tired.
We do adventuring stuff. We're from Avalor. We work for a guild, and they do stuff,
Bingo.
and we go where they tell us, and we solve problems, and sometimes we get paid for it.
Dude.
That sounds like a lot
All
of
the
fun.
time. We get paid for it all the time because we're professionals, but our contract does
professional.
require nap time. So
Okay, well, if you need naps, I think I might have, if you don't mind me playing just one more song, I think I might be able to help you guys.
Okay. That sounds good.
And she starts strumming her lute, and as she does, you feel like the drowsiness starts to fade away as you're feeling more rested as you're kind of listening to the song, as she literally does Song of Rest on you guys.
Perfect.
Oh, I like her. That song is a good song.
at this point, Frilly's just like drooling and like.
So,
We're just like still
On a
half
caramel.
delirious. She's like, well, I didn't catch your name. Who are you, wonderful loot person?
Are
Oh,
you
but-
magical?
Oh, well, I guess you could say that the name's Marie. I'm a performer of forms, and I guess you could say I'm magical.
Okay.
Lovely to meet you.
That song's definitely magical. I mean,
It's a good song.
I feel way better than I did.
I hate almost.
And I felt like crap.
I hate almost anything that's creative, but that was all right.
That's like the biggest compliment ever from
Oh, well, that's good to know. I was just kind of wandering around, and I saw you guys, and I ended up talking with those two people, and she ends up pointing at Lady Sarah and Prince Robert. She says, and, I've been on the road for a while. I was thinking, we could just hang out for a bit. You seem like you're kind of just resting, and as you're awake now, it's definitely like actually getting into evening. You kind of slept.
Oh, we screwed up our sleep schedule.
Yeah, you screwed up your sleep schedules.
Oh, great.
I'm
we
gonna
have
be
to
up
stay
all
up.
night, guys, now, and then I might be ratty again in the morning.
Well, either way, I have some, I carry some spirits on me, and you guys seem like adventurers, and I am a traveler of forms. We could exchange some
We're
stories.
the bravest adventurers there are, and
Ah.
party planners, and I mean all sorts of things. They're just this lot, super talented, awesome.
Well, if you don't mind, I've been walking around for a while.
You are welcome to stay with us and hang out with us until we get on the move and everything. Douglas might say no, but he's cool.
I hate
He always says no, so you just ignore it when he says no.
Mhm.
I hate talking to people.
He also hates talking, yes. And he'll say no.
Yeah, don't mention that he's small.
Really, I just hate talking, I think.
It's because everyone's taller than him and he's so small that he really doesn't like it. So
Yeah.
just don't mention the small.
She's actually she's actually only maybe an inch or two taller than Douglas. She's fairly short.
I like
Oh,
her.
wow.
Don't.
I like her more now. You can stay.
Don't ask.
There we go.
About his ex.
Why would you bring that up? Why would you say that? I can hear you talking. You're not whispering. No one here knows how to whisper. Damn it.
Rose
you
will
guys-
ask her,
Yeah.
Marie, where are you headed? Where are you going on the road? If you don't mind us asking.
Oh, well, you know, everywhere, anywhere that there's kind people and stories to find out, you know. It's always, I never stay very long in one place. But I was kind of headed, I guess, in the direction of Avalor, but I think of maybe heading to the Shimmer Grove at some point. Haven't been there in a while.
Out of character, I have something in my notes about a Glimmer Grove.
Yes.
Is that the same? Is it the same?
Yeah, you
grove?
realize she's probably talking about the same thing. It's just like she's also talking out of her ass a little.
we need to head to a similar grove because there are missing people apparently.
Like where you're headed? You're headed in that direction, anyways.
If it's on the way, we'll probably check it out.
Yeah, I don't believe it's on the way. Like you would get to Avalor first, but I mean,
We're
I'm
definitely making a stop in Avalor. We need to see our charges, and she our motions to Prince Robert.
We have to go and see the Queen.
We do have to see the Queen.
We're
She's
really
a friend.
important. Yeah. Hang out at her house and everything.
No big deal.
Very interesting. And as you're kind of getting up now, you realize that like Lady Sarah and Prince Robert have actually set up a camp. Like realizing you guys are not going to get up anytime soon. So like they set it up more like closer to like, you know, the actual side of the road versus, you know, where you guys are literally on the edge of the road.
Literally just a bunch of speed bumps.
Yeah.
So what's for breakfast? Do you guys make anything?
Yeah, they Lady Sarah and Prince Robert are kind of like cooking up something. You know, some form of game meat in some way.
You know what'd be great for this Miss Queen Princess, ma'am? And she's gonna reach into her pocket and maybe was my catnip in a tin?
Yes.
Okay. You know, it's this thing that I found. And then like she kind of just waves it at her. Far away.
You see Lady Sarah kind of like turn her head, sees the tin, and like takes like a little like sniff to be like, what's happening? And yeah, you just like see her like eyes widen. And like if you were close enough, you would see like her pupils widen too, and that like, oh. She's like,
It's like, oh man, you got trees.
yeah, essentially, like she's trying to be dignified about it, like she's not immediately going after it, but like the weird tiger part of her is like, oh my god.
You know, or maybe not. I don't. It's just it probably would taste better.
Would you mind if I took a better look at it?
You could have a little bit, I suppose. I mean, somebody in our group might like it as well, you know, because sharing is caring.
First one's free. After that one, they're gonna cost you.
I feel like
you say that now, but
this is getting into like drug dealer territory, and I don't know how to feel about this.
And I'm just like, no, you could just have it all. It's okay. And I'll still be like kind of sleeping, like, oh yeah. And then I just like walk towards her, like very, very slowly.
And she's just like, let me, yeah. As you watching this, you can see like she probably doesn't realize it, but like some claws have come out. It's just like in anticipation of like.
Does Rose react to this at all?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, eh? Hold on, what is Rose's wisdom? Sorry for the wait. Oh, it's bad. Good.
Oh.
Yeah, you walk.
Oh, that roll's bad.
As Frilly walked past you, you realize you walk this. Like, there's something about it that you just really want it.
So Rose just walks up to Frilly and says, hey,
Hi.
What are you doing with that? What's in the tin?
It's
There's
stuff.
something good in that tin?
Yeah.
Rose like scratching at her.
Yeah, it is.
Too, at the same
Yeah, she's just like the small hands are just like, hey. Can I have some? Is it good? I want some.
Yeah, you could have some.
Please?
And then I eventually get to Lady.
Your best
Lady.
friend.
Yeah. Do you have a plate? And then I just like open it, and then I like look around.
Lady Sarah just like reaches her hand and just like grabs some.
Yeah,
They're trying so hard. She's trying so hard not to just take the whole tin and be undignified.
Yeah, I mean, there's
She's the lady.
some left for you, Rose.
Dignified. Ooh. Yeah, Rose will take some.
I turn to the.
Take a pinch.
Douglas is gonna turn to the bod woman and say, "Listen, Miranda, definitely not her name. It's been great, you know, that you're here and everything, but we don't really travel with anyone else aside from our own party. You know, you're not a member of the guild, so what I'm trying to say is you should go. Probably now."
Well, I mean, it's getting late, and the rest of your party seems fine with me just hanging around for a bit. Besides, and she pulls out a flask. She says, "I have some of this. It seems like you might need some."
I'm teetotal.
I mean, it is really, really dark, Douglas, nearly. And I mean, it would be really bad to send someone out on their own. She might get like mugged or attacked or stuff. I've heard that the roads can be dark, scary places. I mean, I'm really brave and I'm fine, but maybe she's not particularly brave and she's scared and she might get hurt.
When this goes horribly wrong, remember what I said.
I mean, nothing ever goes horribly wrong.
What's the worst that could
everything
happen?
does go horribly wrong.
Flashbacks to things on fire.
Everything is
Aiden
ever
sitting
so.
in the middle of it like.
Remember literally yesterday when everyone turned into were creatures? That went horribly wrong.
No, but I mean, it ended up being all right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, sometimes things look like they're horribly wrong, and actually they turn out to be horribly good. Because, I mean, I thought it was going to be horribly terrible when Vander turned into the... But actually turned out really well, and now we're still dating, and it's all really nice.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Look, if nothing else, she seems like maybe she's a bard, and for adventuring sorts like us, those are always great because, hey, we did some amazing stuff that didn't go very well, but if we tell the story right, suddenly we're famous, and being famous is great.
I don't know what famous is, but it sounds amazing.
It's when people know your stories and they like you for it, and you get to
free
get
stuff.
into parties for free.
I'm pretty big in Schult. Pretty big in Schult.
Also, you know, we really need a catchy jingle for our new party planning business.
Fine, she can stay for tonight, but after that, she's not traveling with us. She's not part of the team.
I mean, no, that's fair. She's not part of the team.
When you can't find a whole party planner, go for 1 4/4.
It's four halves, Rose.
4 halves. I'm sorry.
All right then, Marissa, you can stay.
We get that right.
I mean, not everyone's as short as Douglas, so that's why it's half and not quarter.
Yeah. Either way, you guys settle in for the night, having a
About that drink.
fairly rustic meal. And Marie kind of is sitting, and she offers drinks to you guys. She had a whole bunch of flasks on her. You realizing, like, on her hips, she had like a whole bunch of like metal musical instruments that you haven't, like percussion instruments basically, that she just had. And she had a few flasks as well. She seemed very well stocked for her trade. And well, so I've heard that you guys are adventurers, and what stories could you tell me? I mean, if you ever wanted to, you know, your stories could change things.
Tell her nothing which will incriminate us, which is to say, at least 50% of the things that we do.
Or like 90.
Us.
I mean, it's artistic freedom, I guess you could say.
I don't like freedom or art.
So, what could you tell me that I could share among the rest of this kingdom and maybe perhaps beyond?
Well, you go.
No, go for it.
We're falling over ourselves. I'm like, you tell our story. No, you tell our story.
No, you tell our story. It's fine, Rose.
We can. Well, actually, we diverged, so we can actually part this up. So, we
first.
We attended a engagement party, and it turned out that actually she suddenly wonders if like how much she can share. She looks over the campfire at Lady Sarah's like, there were a lot of shapeshifter people, and it was very big to do and very scary. But we
and my boyfriend got turned into one.
Mm-hmm.
There was a giant. Remember that bit?
Oh, romance. That's always a good thing. She's like basically writing like stuff down in a notebook.
What happened is my best friend, one of my best friends, Philly here, set me up on this date with this man, and we went to the party. And as I said, there was stuff happening. It wasn't particularly important. There was like were creatures, and there was a political conversation, and there might have been a whole thing about two kingdoms. I don't really understand. But basically, I went on a date for the very first time ever, and it was amazing. And we held hands, and he told me jokes, and we danced, and then he got turned into a were-rat, and then he was up in the rope, and there was a giant, and then we fell, and he nearly died, and I was really upset because he didn't want to be with me because he was he was a were creature. But then we made up, and he wanted to be with me, and Aiden saved him so he didn't die, and yeah, and it was amazing. And now we're still together, and he's going to come visit me.
And Douglas was mean the whole time.
Well, Douglas is always mean.
I was watching.
There was a sea of fire involved in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But the romance is the really, really key part of the story.
It's a tale as old as time, or love conquers.
True as it can be. They were barely even friends, you know? And then...
At the end of the day, diplomacy won out over reckless violence, even though we started with reckless violence. Because...
Well, that's because it's burn it, stab it, and then if neither of those work, diplomacy. I wrote them down in my book, see?
Exactly.
Well remembered.
In fact, that can be the name of your new song.
Diplomacy.
That's not a bad concept album name.
But burn it, stab it, and if that doesn't work, diplomacy.
She's like, that is well noted.
Satire.
It appears that all of you are like these fairly almost world-saving kinds of heroes. Like, is there any like? I can imagine that you guys would have so much like power to change things. Like, that's a good question. I mean, you can tell she's a little intoxicated, but she's like, so like, if you could change anything about the world, what would it be?
I'd let bunnies have more space and maybe more rights, because bunnies are awesome.
I'd make there be less people in it, so there would just be less of them.
And more bunnies.
Douglas, specifically, how many less people?
I don't know. I'd start, and then I'd know when I was finished. You know.
That's a little ominous. I
oh no!
If I could change anything, it would be instead of oceans of water, it'd just be oceans of fire everywhere.
I can see that.
We're just looking to Frilly as we're like hearing.
I can see that.
It's like.
That would make it easier, yeah.
Yeah, but like, and what about the two of you? Asking Philly and Rose.
The world seems like a big responsibility.
You could change anything about, your life, the environment, your family, your friends, anything really, if you could choose.
Just one thing?
Just one thing, I suppose, but, who knows?
Who knows?
Adventurers come across
How-
all sorts of very powerful items.
How drunk is Rose at the moment? I wonder.
Depends. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. How long have we been drinking?
Probably a couple of hours at this point.
Okay. Yeah. She's probably very.
We turned.
She would be. Yeah. She would be like. If she's a little drunk, she'd be like, I would change it so that I am a full elf. I'm a full one of those people because it's fine. I like it. The parents are great, but I get talked down to all the time. It sucks. I can't even have a noble title. I can't inherit my father's lands because I'm not a full elf. I'm not one of these tall people. Nah.
I feel you.
Change that.
I'm like patting her on the back.
I'd be an amazing elf. I'd be the
You-
best
You
elf.
would be. You'd be like the most beautiful elf.
Rose,
And you're already beautiful.
And
Rose,
yeah,
Oh,
and you'd be so tall and but you're
You'd be
perfect the way
curious.
you are.
could. I'd get stuff off the top shelves without having to climb.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're so cute the way you are, and I love you, Rose, just like you are.
Oh, you guys are the sweetest.
Never change.
Rose,
Yeah, you're all right.
Remember this one thing my grandma used to tell me.
Grandma wisdom.
It's not about the size of the flame. It's about how hot it burns.
And how you use it.
I like your grandma.
Your grandma
Although
sounded
if you
great.
can have both big fire and hot.
Is your grandma coming on to me? What's happening? I'm glad you think I'm hot though. Nice. Yeah.
The misunderstanding there is strong.
There's a lot of alcohol going on probably.
Aiden is literally just talking about fire.
Yeah, at this point, I think Furley's also a little bit turned. So there was this one time that. Hold on, stop laughing. There was this one time that. So we were in the Feywild, and I saw this really handsome man. I think he was an elf, and he was very tall. He had red hair,
Oh, that goes.
lots of freckles. Hold on, Douglas,
the most handsome man.
the most handsome man that looked like Donal Gleason.
Yep.
Look him up.
Oh.
And I think he liked me for a second, but he was very faithful to his duties in the
I
Feywild.
was too busy
The wild-
arresting you
I mean-
for the fire in the pub that we had started, right?
Really, you're one of the most beautiful ladies I know. So why wouldn't he be interested? Like, you're the best.
Thanks, but
You're
right,
Rose, just the best.
Mhm.
yes, you're amazing, and I love you.
Oh, and she, like, Larissa's just gonna kind of just give both Rose and really a proper
My
I
drink.
love you guys.
What happened to this gorgeous tall elf man?
Well, like I said, he was very faithful
Just
to
like
his
all the others, Rose.
He was he
to his
was,
wild phase. It's not a phase,
Aw.
Mom.
I think I set him on fire.
There. I don't. Did you?
No, you guys. I
Definitely.
believe you guys poisoned him.
I did.
I poisoned him.
I'm pretty sure he also drank the
Oh yeah, he
the
did drink.
spiked
He definitely got poisoned.
punch with the fake killing powder in it.
It was the right thing to do.
It was. It was the right thing, but I
I'm
miss
so
him.
sorry.
He was very. We never went on a date.
Sometimes love
That
hurts.
doesn't matter.
Sometimes
Dates
poison
are the
hurts.
best thing. I
Sometimes
wish
poison
you had
hurts
the
more
same.
than love, though.
I don't even remember his name, but I kind of want to call him Donal Gleason.
He had a stupid name.
Domhnall Gleeson.
That's actually
My sweet Gleason boy.
another cool story you could tell about the origins of the 1 and 4 Halves Party Planning Company.
About Heartbreak.
Well,
Heartbreak's a good story.
It was about this Fae princess who kidnapped us and forced us to plan a party. I believe her name was Princess Dum Dum. There was a queen involved of like passing air and
I think he's too drunk. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
With the faces of humans and elves and there was a lot of fire.
Who started it? And
there was betrayal
boyfriend
and backstabbing as well.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a really
And then
powerful story.
I poisoned them all, and they all died.
Douglas, how drunk are you?
I don't know. I'm small.
How drunk do you think he is?
He's a small guy.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Okay. Yeah. What is? Nothing ever happened. Nothing.
We also had a duck. And
Yes,
a
you did.
beautiful elf friend.
It was a glass fire duck.
I
That was
miss-
the size of a freaking phoenix at this point. It was.
And you have to talk about how we formed the Voltron.
Oh yeah, Douglas, you tell the story better.
Well, basically, there is us and a duck, and we all sat on the duck.
Yeah. It was great. You
That's
should have been there.
basically what happened.
It's A+ story.
Yeah, we
I
had
do-
one
I
friend.
mean, I'm just no offense, Douglas, but I mean, that wasn't very exciting the way you told it.
I wasn't trying to make it exciting. I mean,
I thought it was
it
exciting.
wasn't very exciting.
It wasn't?
I mean, we were riding a duck. There just happened to be 4 of us.
Yeah, no,
Well, it was-
Douglas, you're shit at telling stories.
I mean, we're telling the lovely bird lady
Don't
so
want
she'll
to
sing
tell.
songs about us.
I don't want to tell stories.
Maybe she needs to hear more about heartbreak, and Douglas knows all about heartbreak. I'm sure you can tell us some stuff about that.
Yeah. Can you just, just rip up my story about heartbreak? Because he has a great story about heartbreak.
All right.
Tell
so
him, buddy.
I
And I
guess-
slap him in the back really hard.
I guess if I have to.
Tell us your backstory.
So
It's the
basically,
campfire episode.
so what happened was, there I was, a young soldier having returned from military service, and the childhood sweetheart married her, went back. We lived in this little village, and
What
one
was
day,
her name?
I forget. And one day, I think it was Claire. Let's call her Claire.
That's a beautiful name.
Sure. And basically, everyone. Make a tea, Lorelania, for the host, by the way. So basically, yeah, it's one day. All these people in town started pulling all this sugar into the pastries and stuff. Turned out it was drugs, basically cocaine. And
Oh my god.
I met this little dwarf guy, who was a brewer, and he was a monk. And yeah, he and I and a few others, we went round. It turned out that a bunch of cat folk were behind it all. So we went round. I killed everyone, skinned a cat or 2 in the process. Got the guy behind it all, and it turned out that all along she had been involved in this cat guy, right? So yeah, basically it turns out that happened, and I ended up leaving her, getting a divorce, moved on in my life into a completely different line of business, adventuring, selling ale along the road with my friend. And well, then she turned up one day. I got really drunk and I murdered her. It was
Oh,
yeah. It turned out she was fat, all along. She was working with the bad guys. So she died, and then later on she got reincarnated by an undead spirit, killed her again. We ended up getting married just before that though, kind of confusing, but you know, I was in a rough place. Killed her a second time, then of course later on traveling around, she turned up one more time at that party, killed her for the third time, didn't get married to her then though. And then of course in between season 1 and 2 ended up getting married to her and killed her again, so I think it's 4 times killed, 3 times married. And I don't miss her. I don't.
I mean, no wonder you're so grumpy.
I don't miss her at all.
Oh, poor Douglas. And she's now going to just give Douglas up. It's like, it's there, Douglas. It's okay.
Don't worry. I don't feel
glad
anything.
You shared it.
No, it's fine.
You can cry if you want.
I don't cry.
It sounds tragic.
I can't.
You hate cats?
I actually had my tear ducts removed, so I can't.
Oh, that's the saddest thing of all.
It's gonna be okay. I know you would be crying right now. Here, have some more drink.
I'm crying a little bit for you. It was very emotional.
This is where we flash forward to a different episode, and there's just a tear coming down Douglas's eye, and then we flash back to what led to that.
All right.
So now I'm here.
Yep.
No wonder you were so anti-love. It makes so much it makes so much sense now, Douglas, that you're the way you are.
I just don't want to see you get hurt like I was.
I know, and she's gonna ruffle his.
That's
hair.
actually really sweet.
I hug him. Like, I understand, and it's okay. But listen, I experienced heartbreak, and I would still like to find love someday.
I feel like mine was on a slightly different level, you know, just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we were married 3 times, I did kill her 4 times, so.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't kill my boyfriend. Technically, you poisoned him, but yeah, that's okay.
I killed him for you, in a way.
It happens, right?
It happens, but at least, you know, in some weird way, and it's probably just a drink talking, and I won't remember this or feel this way in the morning, but I guess you guys are like the closest thing I've had to, I don't know, like a family or something, so.
And
that's so good.
We feel the same way, Douglas, and I'm never going to forget you said that. I'm going to remember it forever, that you actually like us, and we like you.
I'm gonna try and forget that I said that.
You're all my favorite people. Since, like, my parents died when I was 10, which, I mean, was very, very tragic. By the way, my parents are dead. It was very tragic. I was 10, I was an orphan. I mean, I'm over it now. But it was very tragic. But these are, like, my best friends and my only family I've ever had.
Is this the campfire episode where everyone shares their backstory?
Yeah, Rose wants to know everyone else's backstory now. And she's like, oh my God, that's so tragic and sweet. Does everyone have a tragic and sweet backstory?
Kind of.
Really, what's yours?
So my mom's one is named Lily and the other one Freela, and they didn't know it back then, but I think they were in love. Yeah, they were in love. So, like, people just tried to separate them because they were like, you can't love another woman. What do you mean? You're crazy.
Oh.
And then they were like, what do you mean? You're crazy. We could do whatever we want because love is love and you can't tell us what to do. And then I was I wasn't born yet, but I was probably like, yeah, you tell them, you know, because my mom's like pretty big and like half orcish and like very scary when she gets mad. And if I don't finish my peas, you don't want to know. So,
sorry, it's like, if I didn't finish your piece, she breaks your arms.
Yeah, basically. I don't want to say it, but so they ended up getting married, and they lived happily ever after. And I can't tell too much, you know, because of reasons, and I'm under contract. And you know, it's that. Then I was born, and then they were like, you're old enough, you need to go out and adventure and experience life. And I was like, yeah, I do. And now I'm here with you guys, and like, that's all I can share. But they're still alive. For now.
I love how, like, there's a campfire episode with, like, an audience listening and, like, taking down notes the same way that we have Twitch chat.
I'm really glad though, Frilly, that you did go out adventuring, because then I met you.
Me too, and I love you guys. You guys are my favorites.
Love you.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to do tonight before you'll pass out again?
Person's like, Aiden, your turn. Aiden, we want to know about the fires.
My parents are in jail.
That explains a
Oh
lot.
no.
I was raised by my grandma. So.
Did they deserve to be in jail? Sorry, I wonder if that's inappropriate to say.
You know, little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
You want what jail? You want us to break him out?
No, it's like maximum security. Like
oh shit,
deep underground. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those underground pokies. That's the worst.
Yeah. Yep. And Aiden takes a drink, and that's all he's saying.
But how'd you get into insurance?
That was beautiful in its own way.
Insurance. Well, I you know, I have this gift, and you know, it made me money.
Solid.
I respect that.
Yep. My goal in life is to never end up in you know where my parents are.
We won't let them take you. And no matter what, I'm not gonna let them take you to jail. Never's gonna happen.
Marie.
Yeah, Marie.
Marie. Yeah. Do you have fire insurance?
I mean, I don't really need any because I travel a lot. Anyway.
Fire insurance covers more than just the home.
Well, if you're roaming, then roaming rates are, you know, even higher.
It's true.
Also, I don't have a lot of coin, so.
You don't need a much coin, you know, right away.
The pyramid scheme comes in. It's like actually at the low price of this, you can get in on it.
One silver a week. You're insured by the Phoenix Fire insurance company of Erengar, and if anything is destroyed under contract, it's fully replaced.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Rose was about to ask, how many payouts has this company actually had to make so far?
That it. Well, either way, it's over 20.
Yeah, she's like, I mean, you almost did set my loot on fire, so I suppose that could be a problem.
Yeah. See, road hazards are you know, fire.
Like people hazards.
I've learned being around with Aiden that actually you never know when fire is going to strike next, and it can strike at any time. Like sometimes, like suddenly there's fire, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Only we can prevent and often start forest fires.
This is a fact.
Okay, yeah, she signs a contract as the night goes on, you guys all go back to sleep. Now actually doing watches, now that you're actually somewhat rested. And Lady Sarah and Prince Robert will also do. So who wants to take watches?
I'll take the first.
I'll go second.
Okay,
Or
so
third.
Douglas, Philly.
I'll
Ross?
take a watch.
Okay. All right, I need 3 of you to make me a perception check then.
17.
Right. And also, your exhaustion is done. Basically, you're fine invested.
Cool.
I'm
13.
I'm keeping
Okay.
an eye on this Miro, whatever her name was.
3.
Was it perception? Yeah.
Or
Where is perception? Oh, okay. Oh.
ooh,
I saw nothing.
Okay.
Are you super drunk? Like, are you just?
Apparently so.
Aiden, you okay? So, all right. Douglas. Wow, my brain just decided to mix up names in the sec. Douglas, as you are taking first watch, you watch as like everyone kind of goes back to sleep and rests. Marie stays up for quite some time, kind of fiddling around with her instruments. Seems to be quietly tuning. Off to the side, she's not really paying attention. Doesn't seem like she's going to sleep anytime soon.
so what's your
By the
story
time.
then?
Whatever do you mean? What's my story?
Everyone else told one.
I mean, I guess I'm pretty normal in terms of compared to all these stories that you guys have told me. Like,
There's no such thing as normal.
Billy says happily.
I don't trust normal.
Okay, I guess. I mean, pretty straightforward. I was an orphan. I got taken under the wing of a bard, learned the trade. Just, figure out life as I go around, really. There's always people that need entertainers, and
I got a
them.
theory. People that go around learning of other people's stories are trying not to tell their own, trying to avoid their own story. How about that?
I mean, I think you could say that, perhaps. I just find other people's stories just so much more interesting.
So what are you trying to avoid?
Love. Heartbreak.
Oh no, I've had plenty of those in the past. You just make mistakes in your past, and you don't want to always just talk about it. Like take your halfling friend over there. Like, he didn't talk much.
We trust him.
With our lives. Even around fire.
And
That's
our
a mistake.
insurance.
Well, it's really nice to see, a group so close as yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll all be able to change the world in some way.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah, that was really mysterious. That makes me suspect you even more.
Change the world some way.
Yeah, not
What'd
change
you
the world
mean by
some
that?
way. It was change the world some way.
Well, your adventures. I'm assuming that you're doing things that help people.
You didn't listen to us at all, did you, lady? We look after our own. We don't take kindly to outsiders.
I take kindly, but I'm suspicious sometimes, for reasons. Like Donald Gleason.
Says, well, you don't have to trust me. I can be on my way right now if you'd wish.
That's
But,
okay. You're nice. We just wanted to. I don't know what the word is. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Okay, good night. Wait, could you play that song again? That
Of
pretty
course.
song? Okay, awesome. You're the best.
The rest of the watches and the night goes on without any anything noticed that was unusual, at least for Alyssa.
Hooray.
It's like.
And Alyssa, you fall asleep on watch is essentially what happened. And
Watch.
when you wake up, Maria's gone.
Do we have our stuff?
All of your stuff seems to be around. If you want to make an investigation check, you can.
Absolutely.
I didn't fall asleep on my watch, guys, at all.
I didn't take a watch. I was asleep. No.
I didn't sleep on my watch, so that's fine then.
Where did
Good.
Miranda go?
Good job.
Glad you got our backs.
At some point, and I don't know when, unless it was during either of your watches, but I must have blinked for a second because the bard lady's gone.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
blinked for a second.
Don't know what happened.
Maybe
magical.
she's magical, yeah.
She definitely had something weird going on. Don't trust her one bit.
But, I mean, to be fair, you don't really trust anyone, Douglas.
I should
So,
have.
I mean, well, no, that's a really fair point, and I get that. But, I mean, in, the scheme of things, it means that when you say I don't trust that person, I'm like, but you don't trust anyone. So, I mean, I'm more likely to take someone else's opinion just on this one. Maybe, Frilly, what did you think?
About what?
The bard lady. Douglas didn't trust her.
She was fine. She seemed different. But we're all different in our own way.
All right. So yeah,
Rose-
nothing.
Rose
Nothing
doesn't
is
notice
gone.
anything.
I don't.
Yeah, nothing
trust
is gone.
different.
Cool.
Fine.
All right, and you guys can head your way over to Avalor.
Hooray!
Finally.
You guys arrive in the city proper about a day or two later. Obviously, it's about a 3-4 day travel. And again, it's the same. It's a bustling city, and a lot of people are kind of paying attention to the fact that Crown Prince Robert has arrived in the city with an unknown woman and a party escorting him. The tower still stands and is still just as strange as it was before.
I push anyone out of the
tower.
way to get to know where.
One day I'm gonna set that tower on fire.
You make it sound like it's a big aspiration of
Rose
like.
pats Aiden on the back. It's like,
It's-
someday, buddy.
Someday.
Someday.
It's gonna be glorious.
God, it's so good to be back in the city.
And as you guys approach the front gates of the castle, seeing Prince Robert, they immediately let you in. No big deal. And this time, instead of heading towards the study that you were before, they just lead you straight to the throne room. And here you see, you enter into the large hall. Down this kind of red carpeted area, you see Queen Laurel sitting at her throne, the High Council all seated by her side, and they seem to be discussing something.
I'm Queenie. Hi, Queenie. We brought your son back.
And she looks up, and as she spots
Hi.
hands up and like quickly, still maintaining some form of royal dignity, but immediately like approaches Robert and like takes his hand and like, I'm so glad that you were okay. Are you like, what happened? Are you all right? Who? And she's just asking a whole bunch of questions.
Well, I mean, if you took a breath for a moment and stopped talking, sometimes, like, you're asking too many questions and you're talking and he hasn't got a chance to answer, and that's sometimes really, really rude. But if you actually just stop for a second, he could tell you all about his journeys or adventures, or we could tell you about his adventures if you want,
He's been
Queenie.
going
Hi.
through a lot of changes.
Rose is like slowly pulling Yulissa away. It's like slowly out of frame.
We're friends with
I
the
know.
Queen.
I know, but give them just
You know how there's a
catch
point
up.
in every boy's life where they go through a few changes.
He's a fur.
You're saying this about a 27-year-old,
So he's like the same age as me. He's like, well,
essentially.
I mean, because Aiden's only like depending on when you ask, Aiden is like actually only 20 something. So
Just gonna drop a depth charge here for you, Robert. How do you feel about furries?
I'm sorry, did you ask that in character?
Oh yeah, right off the bat.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
specifically big cats.
Queen Laurel raises an eyebrow and seems to be about to say something when one of the council members says, "I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but who are these people?" Another one says, "Don't tell me that you hired somebody to figure out those strange," and she basically saying strange in quotation marks, "things that you think are happening around the kingdom. We told you it's fine. Nothing's odd."
Who the fuck are
Do they
you?
not recognize the prince, guys? Like, I mean, we did bring the prince back, right? Didn't we?
Pretty sure.
This is the wrong prince the whole time.
Oh no.
Queenie,
No,
this
no.
is your son, right? This is your
She
son.
says, "Yes." And she says, I'm sorry, council members. If I could have a moment with these people. And my son." And they all they politely get up with some disdain
Yeah,
I think
emphasis
they're
on
all a bit-
members.
as they walk past.
You might want to get new ones. They seem a bit rubbish. Just a tip.
If you need any of them set on fire, I can do that for you.
She kind of, we're quite all right, thank you. Just, again, they don't quite believe that there are strange things happening in the kingdom, and believe that any hiring of adventurers would be a waste of money and time. But
we proved them wrong because we brought back your son.
indeed, honest, I cannot thank you enough for that. And I mean, he and this lady will have a conversation later at some other point, but really, I suppose I should get your payment. It's in my study if you would follow me.
We would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Also, did you know that you have a city, a town in your kingdom that banned gold from being used? It's really weird.
But you know what's weirder? My feet.
True.
Please
Like
don't look at them.
down to just like.
Really weird stuff happened to us while we were gone. It was great.
It was worse than the Feywilds.
I went up a rope into the sky and there was a giant. Did you know the giants live in the sky?
I had no idea. It is good to know
we
that.
Met one. He was really scary and tried to knock us down, but we're really brave, so we managed to survive.
Can you just give us our payment and then we'll get on to the next task?
Of course. And she'll lead you to the study. Prince Robert and Lady Sarah kind of give you all a polite nod and head off separately, assumably somewhere else in the castle.
Rose gives the thumbs up to Lady Sarah, just like.
Second baby
Lady
friends.
Sarah, I'm really sorry.
There it
I
is.
called you that B word back at the party when I was mean. Sorry, you're really nice. You're
It was
not
wonderful to make your acquaintance.
Let's be honest here. She was a little bit of a bitch.
I mean, she was a bit of a bitch then, from what I've understood of what bitch means. But I think she's sort of nice now. I think.
Also, we have 20 retweets, Kiana.
Ooh.
Viewer decision.
Okay. Okay. Who do they encounter on the way to the next quest? I feel like that's. But yeah, Queen Law leads you to her study, where she takes out a coffer,
It is in chat,
basically,
boys.
and it's a small box, and she hands it over, and says, "Well, that is 500 gold in there. I have gathered a little more information from talking with your. We are going to send you not much, but I know that right before the tower appeared, actually a member of your guild ended up going to the Glimmer Grove. Ali Carroll, I believe is her name. And all of you would know her. She is like the top of the B Guild. Like, she should not be in the B Guild. She should be in the A Guild, basically. It's kind of where it's at.
I always think she's so much better than us.
She is.
And
even I know that. Ali Carroll is the greatest.
And Urlissa, you have a personal connection with Ali. She actually came across you in the Glimmer Grove, and at some point during one of her travels, and had told you maybe you should check out adventuring if that's something that you're interested in.
I mean, she's pretty awesome, and she's pretty special. I mean, she once came to the forest, and she looked really nice when she walked into the grove, and the sunlight was shining on her hair. But I mean, I reckon because she thought I was awesome, and I almost totally beat her. Nearly, very nearly. I mean, it was so close. It was unbelievable. I promise you, she really wasn't holding back. But she's kind of cool.
Ali Carroll's like a storied hero, man. She took out all those, an entire thing of goblins with a waterfall.
She actually picked me. She specially picked me.
I
don't believe the hype.
I don't think she uses enough fire.
She's really nice, Douglas.
She has her own action figures. I have one.
I love this. I love this so much.
She like pulls it back and it does a little punch.
Rose.
I saw those. I used a magnifying glass to melt it once.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
We've
That lines up 100%
Makes
with
perfect
our
sense.
conception of you.
And
Good on you.
and Queen Law says, and so there was a little more information about the dwarf going missing. I know there was a pair of former adventurers that had traveled around there. I don't have many details about them, but apparently they were by the camp. Descriptions kind of say that perhaps they were a half orc and a halfling or something. That's all I could glean from the time that you have been away. But if I hope that is helpful in some way.
Wait,
I'm
a
sure it
half
will.
orc and a halfling?
I do not have much information, but I looked into a little bit about, activities around there, and that seemed to pop out.
And these are people that were spotted near there.
Yes.
Mm.
Like, it's odd because normally that is an area where mostly just dwarves that work around the mines go, but there was somebody around there.
Rose turns because she's maybe unfamiliar. It's like, do you guys know a halfling and a half orc that go together?
I do. My mom's, but I mean, I don't think they'd be around here.
Oh.
But no, they wouldn't be around here. No.
Even though it was the area. No, it's probably a coincidence.
Yeah,
I mean, there's more than one halfling and half orc in this.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, those are the first ones that I go to. But no.
You're meant to specify whether or not they were what gender they might be. Do you know?
I believe they were both women.
Suspicious, yeah. Okay. But I mean, there's half orcs and the halflings that are best friends all the time.
All the time.
That's normal.
No.
So, right? Yeah.
It's just the best of
Classic
pairings, the best of friends.
So, I was wondering, where are you headed next, do you believe? Are you going to investigate the tower, or perhaps the Glimmer Grove, or perhaps even the mines?
I think we were headed to the grove. I think
That sounds right.
Essentially, they're both about equal distances away from where you are. Just one to the
They
north
are
and one
equal
to the west.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just to make 100% certain, the half orc and halfling were seen around Glimmer Grove, or were they seen around the mine?
No, they were seen around the mines. So those two were seen around the Ormish mines, where the dwarves had disappeared, which is alarming. And there's some rumors about a drug ring in the Glimmer Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Yep.
So one goes up north and the other goes out west. They're about the same distances, just different terrain and different pathways.
All right. Do we think we're good with checking out the grove?
I like the grove.
I mean, I'm a little bit more interested in the grove.
Yeah, me too.
And that's where sorry, was that where one of our guild members disappeared?
Yes.
Okay. Just
And she says, all right, that sounds like a plan. Again, if you have any information, get back to me. And good luck on your next quest.
Thank you, Your Majesty. We will do that.
I'll
And
also have a really just have a very patient conversation with your son and the other lady.
Mm-hmm.
Love him no matter what.
Keep an open mind.
An open mind. That's what we
I
would
also really
collectively advise.
hope you like big cats.
of course.
I mean, it's
and-
better than rats. Trust me on that one. Just
Yeah.
trust me. It's better than rats.
She would know.
He's actually telling the truth. I would know. So just love your son and tell him he's just wonderful.
All right. And she gives you a gentle smile as you guys head out.
Now, if you want my advice, just as I get dragged out.
No, come on, let's go.
Oh, fine.
You guys exit back out, and again, the tower stands very, like, it's like almost no matter where you're kind of looking around, it's pretty on your mind and in the peripheral of your vision. So, it's a good question. Do you guys want to try to look at the tower all while you're here, considering that you have coins now with the tower on them? Or do you just want to head out and investigate later?
How much coin did we get? Was it another
500.
100?
You got 500 that can be
Each?
split.
Okay.
Oh.
Not each. I wrote down the contract very specifically.
Also, I just wrote a table of bad things from Laurelania.
Oh boy, all right.
24 reads silence, oppressive silence. Is that a good omen? You hope it is.
Oh boy.
Okay,
That's good, right?
all right. It's not going to happen right away.
Sure.
Okay.
So where do you guys want to go?
I don't want to go to the tower right now, to be honest, but we could probably get some supplies, some healing potions, that kind of thing.
I need to drop off some papers for safekeeping.
We
Is there
each
anything else you-
received 100 gold?
Yeah.
Or, okay, cool. So we're each 100 gold richer.
All right.
After last session, maybe a silvered weapon would be nice. If we can get that in town. Maybe that's something we should invest in.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Same.
Something you should invest in. Okay. Roll me an investigation check to try to find a metal worker who does that.
13. Maybe.
All right.
Rose
Hmm.
cannot roll higher than a 10 today, ladies and gentlemen.
What was it? An investigation? I can try. No, there's really no point. I mean, Larissa's not very intelligent.
I'm gonna ask a guy about a silver sword.
Yeah, all of you kind of, you see a guy that might have a silver sword, but you don't find any blacksmith that's silver thing.
Go talk to a guy
Excuse
about
me,
a
sir.
werewolf. You there.
Where'd you get your silver sword?
He was like, oh, I mean, I got it at the one in the town closer to the Amish mines where they actually, place where they do a
Uh-huh.
lot of forging and stuff.
Oh.
It's very nice. It's the only reason I asked.
Thanks. He looks at you a little weirdly.
Aiden probably splits from the party at this point. And he's going to head to a small sort of like he's like down many back alleyways.
Oh boy.
And he comes to this one door, and there's this little sign in the general shape of a bird that was painted red at one point, and it says Phoenix Fire Insurance Company. The paint's definitely chipped and worn away, and he opens the door, and it's just one little room, and a bunch of filing cabinets, and a very old, ornery gnome lady behind the desk.
All right.
It's like, how's it been? Let's call her.
Yes, give me the NPC because
Yeah.
I was not prepared for an NPC here.
Let's call her Greta. We're gonna call her Greta.
Okay.
Let's call her Greta. It's like, and
Greta's a good gnome name.
Yeah, I'm just dropping off some papers.
As she looks at you, like it's the same exchange every single time.
Yep.
Where she looks at you suspiciously, takes the papers, examines it, goes, "All right," and she takes the papers and starts filing them away in this like giant folder that's dedicated just to you, essentially.
And he's like, yeah, just keep those. You might be getting, you're definitely gonna be getting a few, quite a few claims on those.
Okay.
The usual. Yeah, just doing my thing. Glad to see you're still alive, and keep breathing. And he leaves.
Yeah, she's just like a very old gnomish woman, like.
She's like the slug lady from Monsters Inc. She's like, Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, essentially.
That's actually very similar to that's like a lot of my inspiration for this exchange.
Yeah. So yeah, you have those filed. You have into your giant folder.
And then he'll just, he'll go and he'll pick up some more paper and pen supplies.
Yep. Okay. Those of you who are currently still with us in the chat, all make me perception checks.
So, just Frilly and Rose then.
I mean,
18.
You could as well, Aiden, possibly as you head out.
All right. Nope.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever rolled perception above like 10.
I don't think you have either, which is hilarious.
12 for Rose.
Okay, that's not
Sorry, I
bad.
took that way. She's not especially perceptive.
No, okay. Frilly, as you are walking around with Rose and the others, you kind of look and you see a flash of red hair, blue and black clothing, metal around her waist. As you see Marie walk around a corner, like into your view, and as people pass by, she disappears.
Hey, that was the Bart lady, right? Do you see that?
What?
Yeah, it was the
You saw
Bart?
the Bard lady? Marie?
Yeah, but she's probably really fast, but she suddenly disappeared. It was really weird. She had beautiful red hair, which I didn't notice before, probably because I was very drunk.
Yeah, she super does.
I mean, it was also quite dark, so maybe
That's true.
we were sleepy, so...
True. But
we need like
odd.
fried dough and powdered sugar, like stat. And there's this great place coming up over here that we need to go to.
Sure, yeah. I'm down for some sweets.
Okay. You guys kind of all meet up at this pastry shop, basically. And as you were standing and getting these pastries, all of you, things go quiet. Like silent.
Oh, sweet bliss.
And you watch around you as color seems to flicker for a sudden moment where everything was colorful and bright and things gray for a second. And you have to blink, and perhaps it was just, a trick of the mind.
Did you see that?
My eyes were a bit funny. I don't know if is that what you meant? Because I didn't see anything else. It was funny.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Mm-hmm. Same.
What's going on?
That
wasn't any of you guys, right? We didn't do that?
I don't magic, so no.
I mean, I'm magic, but like only like very, very small things, and definitely nothing like that.
This is bad. Can we tell where it might have come from, or did it just this thing?
It was kind of like your whole environment just went grayscale for a second.
I don't like that. That seems to be happening with increasing frequency.
Yeah, remember
and
we
it's
looked
very disconcerting.
back at the town and all the color went from it? Yeah.
And as you were talking, the sound suddenly turned back on as if somebody just flipped a switch.
Is it really
What?
noisy suddenly? I mean, guys, I think I can't really hear you very well because it's really noisy suddenly.
Stop talking so loud. It's you.
Oh, okay. It's just because suddenly there was no sound and now there's sound and...
You're
Hang on.
still doing it.
Okay, is that better? Better?
Well, that's better.
How about now?
How about? Because Douglas can't hear it when you whisper, so that's fine.
Literally,
That's true.
you're right in front of me. I can always hear you.
Oh.
When you lean
And she
down,
just steps to the side. It's like, what about now, Douglas?
when you lean down, it's by my ear.
That's right.
I'll
You
leave
forget
this
yourself.
down. Sorry, Douglas.
Okay. Should we go inside?
Aiden was too enthralled by his pastry to have noticed anything.
All right.
It's really good.
What?
They get like the flaky pastry that they put and they do it in the shape of a donut, and it's amazing.
What?
His is burnt black because he
I-
set it on fire before eating it.
Can I have like 5 of those?
Yeah. Like
You know-
Rose will spend the gold. Like she's not.
Yeah,
You
so
know the best places to roast.
This is amazing.
yeah,
It-
I won't really. I'm not like, to be completely honest, I don't give that many fucks about like currency exchange as long as it's not like something extremely valuable, which it will matter. But if it's like, you know, day-to-day life, I'm assuming you guys have enough money to
Mhm.
deal with that.
To eat cake.
Yeah.
Rose
No,
always
Rose
has
comes here all
enough
the time,
money
like,
to eat cake.
People sometimes ask me why I'm fat, and I just point to this place.
You really,
It
you
makes
really
a lot of
should
sense.
set it on fire, but before you eat it.
I'm
Makes
connecting
it,
a lot of dots.
Oh, I was worried you were talking about the pastry shop, and I was like, oh no.
Well, we could ask if they have insurance. I mean, in a place like this.
I mean,
that's a great point. And Aiden gets up and goes to.
Oh, no,
it's
Aiden, no.
Rose's favourite place to eat. She won't want it burnt down, so she wants it to be safe. And the safest way to be safe is with fire insurance.
Aiden, there's a little tear in Aiden's eye.
You've learned so much.
Young.
I know, I write it all in the book, and it's. I've learned so much from you guys.
Rose is just looking at Aiden and Douglas together, just like, you've created a monster. Oh no. What are you?
I'm so proud.
Oh no.
All right, you guys head out onto the road towards the Glimmer Grove. Let me find my personal map about this. All right.
Go
Um,
to the Glimmer Grove. Grove
Yeah,
where everything glimmers. Yeah.
Sounds like it'd be real awesome on fire.
Swear to God.
Say that
I mean-
about everything and every place and everyone.
Aiden, if you could not burn down the Glimmer Grove, that would be really nice because my home's actually in there.
Do we get to meet your family? Is that where we're going here?
No, because my parents are dead.
Oh,
Douglas, that's the one
That's
thing
what I
you're
told you.
supposed to
I mean, I
remember.
don't very often, but they are dead.
That's
Had
right.
one job
You're the one that.
with Ulysses' backstory.
You're the one that they're dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could have been all my animal friends. They're not as good as you friends.
That's what I meant.
But they were my
obviously.
first friends before I made real friends with you guys.
That's right.
There's Bunny 1, and then there's Bunny 2, and then there's Bunny 3. And then they had a child. Well, Bunny 1 and 2 had a child. Bunny 3 is just like random. And that was Bunny 4.
What the hell is this? Watership Down? That's
This is great.
all right. We'll meet them maybe.
Okay.
That's what I
So
meant.
you guys head to the edge of Avalor, and as you do, thanks chat, as you're walking down the street, there is suddenly a group of women, all humans, dressed in very strange clothing. I'm actually looking this up because I don't know what they look like.
so
but
Fragsy put this one in. So the USA women's hockey team, fresh off a win over Canada. Amazing.
Oh.
yeah,
Canadians feel bad, man.
Also, USA, USA, USA.
Oh my God! Is this a real thing that just happened in the Olympics?
Yep.
I'm very upset.
Yes, slightly upset. But yeah, you
Beat
see all
in
these
curling,
women,
we can beat you in ice hockey.
and you see all these women in like blue uniforms, but like of a fabric you have never seen before. And like they all seem to be like they're all rowdy and cheering, and this is hilarious as these hockey players are now in my D&D world.
Who are these strange burly warrior women?
What? I don't mean to be rude, ma'ams, but what do you? Well, first of all, who are you, and what are you celebrating?
No, I have no information on who these people are.
Yeah, complete no message.
I don't know
Everybody quick
hockey.
Wikipedia this real quick.
I don't know hockey. Essentially, this. Oh, we just came off of a great fight for the gold, and I'm phrasing this in the most.
How much
vague
gold
way.
did you win?
Oh, just the medal.
You won a medal made of gold?
Oh yes,
Metal made of gold, but surely gold is already made of metal.
Sounds dumb.
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with
Make a
Douglas
good
this
point.
time.
I do too.
Are they headed towards town?
they're kind of just like they're in town basically. They're just kind of they're basically going in, celebrating.
So you celebrated because you got the gold.
Well, no, but like we defeated our rivals. Like we haven't been able
Did
to
you
win
cut
over
their
them
heads
in
off?
like so many years. No.
Well, then you didn't really defeat them, did you? I mean, are they still alive? Because when we defeat our rivals and our enemies, we kill them.
Did you poison them
Yep.
at least?
Because you either burn it, kill it, or then you only use diplomacy.
Mhm.
I guess. Yeah.
I
True.
don't
Burn
know.
it, kill it, maybe talk to it.
Guys, I don't think we should pick fights with these
They're very large and they have weird sticks.
Oh, no, I have no intention to fight them. I just wondered how they vanquished their foes if they did not kill them.
Yeah. Valid question.
Skill and luck, and lots of training. Really.
Still doesn't make sense to me.
What are those sticks for? Are those weapons?
Well.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah,
Also,
nice
could you
stick.
point us to like the nearest like pub or something?
Back that way, there's a pastry shop, I guess.
That way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to go to the pastry shop and get these things. And I pull it out of my pocket.
All right.
Well, you can have this one.
Good luck with the sports ball puck thing.
There's an inn not far that you can find. You have money, right?
Oh yeah.
Because they won the gold. Surely if they won the
Yeah,
gold,
they have
they've got
Sure,
Sure.
like gold
money.
pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats.
You want some gold pieces? Great job.
Yeah.
I mean, a single gold piece isn't very impressive, but sure.
I
This is
have a
very-
couple of golds. Does this make me cool?
Can Rose
Look,
persuade one of
He
them
must
to
have won.
sell her their hockey stick?
You roll a persuasion check. This'll be- Yeah. Okay.
Hey, 18.
Nice.
She's like, you know what? I mean, it's the skill, not the stick, right? And she'll give you her hockey stick.
Is that the Nimbus
All right,
2000?
Rose will pay 10 gold. So that
Wow,
now
okay.
money.
Okay.
And Rose has the best weapon ever.
I mean,
Hockey stick.
Aiden's stick flies.
Aiden's stick does fly.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah, but not
My
very good at
stick can
remembering
make
about
black
it.
rubber fly.
God. And as they all kind of like they all kind of
Turn up that rubber.
pat you on the back and like walk off, and as they walk off you see like slung over their shoulders they have shoes with blades on them.
Oh.
Maybe they're the weapons and they like cut them up, like swinging the shoes around.
Maybe they're monks.
Yeah.
They must be monks.
They must be monks.
totally explains it.
Man, I should have asked about
Some kind
those.
of elite
Too late
Ladies,
now.
are you monks?
They've been. Oh, this makes sense. If they've been in a temple their whole lives in a monastery, they think 1 gold piece is really impressive.
Yeah.
They've never
Yeah.
seen money before.
I've seen 100 today, least.
And you
Yep.
know, like weird looking quarter staves. Like
They bent this staff. It's all flat and weird at the end.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it,
not
but
well.
quarter staves.
Maybe it's like a particular type of monk weapon,
Yeah.
like specific to their monk thing.
Probably.
Rose
holy.
tries hitting like a rock on the road with it.
Okay, you hit the rock on the road.
Just whoosh, working on that slap shot.
As you watch it, you're like the rock kind of hops his way down the street. This is hilarious.
This is
That-
clearly some kind of monk weapon.
Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah, that looked like fun.
It's like a sling,
But
but
I give
with
the stick to Furley.
Feels so powerful. And I like kind of do a little run
It's probably better in
and I
your
just
hands
like
than it is mine.
hit another rock.
That's almost as nice as your axe.
Please don't mention my ex.
Maybe.
In the distance, there's a siren. It's like, Virgo.
It's now official. All hockey players are monks.
Yep.
It's canon.
It's canon.
It makes sense.
You're welcome, America.
Tales from the Twisted Tower. We're answering the important questions.
Listen, what classes are hockey
What class
players?
are hockey players?
Oh my god. All right, you guys
Half
head
orc
out of
monk.
town. For being Canadian, I don't follow hockey at all, so
It's cool.
Isn't that like a jailable offense?
I wouldn't say that.
For being
The
Mexican, I
Canadian
don't
police
follow
are
hockey
watching.
either.
God.
FBI
So
watching.
you guys you guys head out onto your way. So there are a couple of pathways you could go. To the Glimmer Grove. You could head kind of in the direction of where Farandel was, the first town you had kind of gone through. You could also head through the flower fields that seem to populate.
That sounds nicer.
Check out some flower
Not
fields.
that I like flowers or anything, but I like poppies. They grow on dead ground.
They do indeed.
I mean,
Fun fact.
that's true. I mean, I'm just quite surprised that you like any flowers and know their names, Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of proud of you.
Yep.
When we get to my forest home, I'll show you all the plants and I'll teach you all their names.
That'd be nice.
That's what I thought.
All right, so you guys are headed towards the flower fields then? Like, it's either towards the flower fields or through more woods, including the now burned down, conveniently placed forest.
The conveniently placed forest. Yep.
And we'll go through the.
That's
If everyone's
a-
cool with it, we'll go through the flower fields.
Be something different for Aiden to burn down.
Okay. It will be, yeah. So basically, your estimate will be, again, a 3-4 day travel. First day passes by without much incident. Second day, I need all of you to make me a perception check.
Oh,
Perception.
7.
There it is.
Perfect.
Oh,
good old non-natural one.
Had to happen at one point.
God,
So,
we
all
are
of you
exceptionally-
31.
are shitty at this.
Yep.
We're just like a wisdom poor.
I'm looking at flowers.
party.
So this one's a daffodil. Didn't we know someone named that?
that one's a daffodil. I mean, I don't know anyone called daffodil. And this one is there's tulips. And then this is a bluebell.
Oh,
This one.
that's very
It's really
pretty.
pretty.
Nice.
Okay, so on the second day, for sure, you are within at least some of the edges of these giant plains of flower fields. It's absolutely beautiful, all like the patchwork of different colors. you are also along the edge of some forest. And here, you are able to hear, at least, which of you has the highest. Douglas is able to hear somebody go, help, could anyone help me, please?
There's a woman in distress over there. Don't
Yeah.
trust
Oh,
her.
we should help her.
Nah.
I mean, it's what heroes do. Heroes help people.
Last time we helped someone in distress, we went to the Feywild, remember?
Yeah, I'm almost with Douglas on this one. We should just proceed with
We'll go there, but
But what happens if they die and it was our fault and we could
we'll
have stopped
go
it?
there. We're just not gonna trust them when they tell us that they're in trouble.
Also, you're talking
Okay.
a lot of shit about the Feywild recently. Is it that bad?
It is
was
literally
very
the
bad.
worst place.
Oh.
I've heard it's really pretty and the fairies are the fairies
what I
are
heard.
the bestest people and they're really fun to play with.
It's not a lie.
No, all lies.
All
they're all
lies.
Take it from me if you don't want to go there.
Oh man.
Also,
Really? Is trustworthy and says don't go to the state.
out of character. Kyle, this is what you did to them.
Yeah, we don't trust any creatures.
Yeah.
Any fake creatures.
What can we? Okay, now that we know that there's someone in distress, can we see this person or hear them?
Yeah, you can hear a woman calling out for help.
I follow the voice.
That way.
Okay, it leads you to closer to where the trees are. And you see a woman in fine clothing.
Ooh.
It's kind of like this like light, delicate pink dress. And she is tied to a tree, of all things, as she calls for help. Help! Oh, won't anyone help me, please?
What happened to you?
That's what. Oh, thank goodness. Could you please help me? I've been chosen as a sacrifice to the dragon, and I really need to escape. Please, won't someone help me?
And at this point, I think Aiden tugs on Erlissa's sort of, I don't know what you wear, like a jacket, like a.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just her armor and she's probably got like a little
He sort of
cloak on.
You bend down. It's like, okay, so another lesson to add to your book.
Okay.
Always take a cry for help with a massive grain of salt.
Okay. Always.
Preferably a handful.
I take a lot of things, according to this book, with salt.
It's
Yeah,
the
right.
universal seasoning of distrust.
Yeah, what Douglas said.
Adventuring, a seasoned approach.
That's what I should call the book. When we've done it and I finished the notes and you could all put bits in and then that would help us be famous. We could release a book.
We'll have to talk
that's a good
about
idea.
Adventuring 101.
We'll have to talk about contracts and royalties, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously, because you get contracts and I don't, so I totally trust you 100%, Aiden, on that.
Yeah. Does this tied up woman person seem
Sorry, plot.
like
Oh yeah, back to the woman.
Yes, we're having a huddle. It's like, oh, I like this idea. Meanwhile, she's still tied up and looking at us like.
But I think it definitely happens in character.
Also, Aiden, you trust this woman implicitly.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, why was this? Or
I give her that advice, but I still trust this woman implicitly.
Yeah.
Well, if Aiden trusts her, I trust her.
I trust her less now.
Do you know what type of dragon?
It's just that I really don't know. It's a terrible dragon that likes to try to ravage the villages around here, and I've been chosen as the next sacrifice, but I don't want to die.
Can I insight check this girl?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, Rose
can
trusts-
I also?
I 100% believe her.
Yeah,
Ironically-
you believe her implicitly.
Larissa's actually proficient
Yes,
in
that-
insight, but I don't think she's the kind of person to actually insight check people.
It's up to you.
She's gonna kind of, look around, and she's been told to not trust people, so she's gonna give her an
Rose will
insight
give it a
check.
try.
Ooh, nice.
Rose will give it a try as well. She's pretty sure she trusts her, but
Oh wow, all right. Okay. Yeah, so Douglas, she seems to be telling the truth. She's very distressed. That much you can tell for sure. And like, of course, dragons would be like a very good reason to be distressed if you've been chosen to be eaten by one. Furley and Rose.
Yes.
And you definitely can tell she's lying on her ass.
Soros gets the knife ready to cut her free and is like, wait a minute. Are there dragons in this region?
I mean, I've lived around this area. Well, not here, but I mean, because we're on the way to the forest or the grove that I come from, and I've never seen any. I don't think.
I haven't either, and I live aroundish.
Because Pretty Liz is basically my neighbor, so
Yeah.
you know.
Basically.
Yeah, Rose
Okay,
will...
let's step away from the lady. Let's, I don't know, something. I don't trust her.
Rose will sort of straight up ask this person.
But I don't. She seems perfectly.
Aiden,
to me.
Hey, lady, why are you lying to us?
Yeah. And I pull Aiden back. For her.
I don't know. Ever could you mean?
Listen, we hustle a lot of people, both advertently and inadvertently. So you're trying to hustle a bunch of hustlers, and we're smart enough to know that something's up. You can level with us. It's okay.
What's a hustler?
Like, it seems like you got a good shtick going on here. Dragon tied up to a tree. I like it. It's classic, but what?
Roll me a persuasion check.
A hustler
That's something she's good at.
Is somebody that lies to people to bamboozle them.
Well, we're definitely not hustlers because we never lie to anyone ever.
Yeah, but he's
looking at a 14
Double
for Rose.
Oh,
can I take my... No, never mind. Can I take my 20? If I still have one left.
Do you? Yes, you do.
I forgot about those.
May I?
all of them.
Yeah, and I almost forgot about mine.
Forget about it.
Okay. Yeah, she looks at you and says, "Oh, fine." And she expertly just lets go of the bonds, which are like clearly of a, the one of those fake ties that you can easily get out of. And she said, "Horace, we're gonna have to find another place to go." And you see a knight step out, kind of dressed in the very classic, full suit of armor. He's carrying a large sack with him. And he says, "Oh, okay, you gotta be more convincing with your acting, like you have to do the crying stuff, They're trying to bicker in front of you.
What's in the sack?
It's none of your business."
Well,
what if it was our business? She's like, steps forward. What if it was our business?
Yeah, and another question. How much do you like your feet?
But don't look at mine, please.
Really, they're beautiful.
Can't stand them. But how much do you like your feet, lady?
Are you trying to threaten me?
I will cut them off, yes.
I would believe him.
I think what my esteemed associate has
done it before, and I'll do it again.
And Douglas never lies, ever.
I have a question though. Is this the fire breathing kind of dragon?
I mean, I guess that would try to be. I mean, what's it to you? Like, you kind of just broke up our hustle kind of deal here. Maybe if we just go and you just go and we're fine.
Well, it's your business because you were trying to make it ours by bamboozling. So,
And lying's bad.
Yes.
It's really bad.
Are you guys from Glimmergrove or are you from the city?
We're from,
All over?
Whatever. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Whatever. All right. Yeah. I feel like if we just go on our own business, we can just forget about this,
But how can I forget?
It's so pretty. It's even prettier than the one that I was bought, which is really pretty too.
Look, you know the game. You said you were hustlers. Like, come on, like.
I don't know the game.
We don't know.
We'll teach you the game. It's okay.
Okay, because I thought I'd missed out on a game, and I really like games.
They're just gonna start heading off. Like they're not gonna
Aiden-
waste any more time on you guys when they're trying to freaking do their business.
Aiden's
It's a
going
sack
to,
movie.
Aiden's going to walk off with them a little bit, and once we get a little bit away from the party, he's gonna light both of his hands on fire, and he's gonna be like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna need you two to fuck off, because there's only room for one hustler in this area, and that's me."
Roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. That's a 22.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah. They're like, all
Aiden's
right, no
got
harm, no
three
foul. We're
shots.
just gonna go. Bye.
Like when I say get out of here, I mean like this whole kingdom is mine.
Damn.
Right, man.
Or
Just-
if I find out you're operating here, I will find you and everyone you love, and I will burn everything that you love to the ground.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Dear.
As they very hurriedly scamper off. Jesus Christ, you guys.
I took care of it, guys. We're good.
Oh.
We're
They
all
seem
good.
nice.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, sure. They were good. No, we're all good.
Off we go.
Okay. As you walk through the flower field, it changes from, a variety of different flowers. Again, the daffodils, the tulips, no roses.
Oh, thank
And
God.
as you keep going, you see like along the horizon that things all the field turn red as you're approaching a giant poppy field. And like the dirt around here you're noticing now is also like a little bit of more of a yellowish tint to it too, perhaps the minerals that are around here.
That's gorgeous.
And yeah, it's the
Kind of nice, actually.
and and you can smell like the sweet smell of poppies as you kind of wade through here. And I'm gonna need all of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
I love poppies.
Was wait.
11.
17.
Okay.
That's a 9.
All right.
I have a +6 to my Constitution saving throws. I rolled-
13.
Okay.
6.
Whew. Douglas, you're walking.
It's pretty cool. I dig it.
It's kind of taking in the view. This is a
I could,
nice flower field.
I could live with
And
this.
you hear thump, thump, and your party members just start falling unconscious around here.
Is everyone down except for me?
Basically,
Hey
as
guys,
you're
still
kind of
up?
realizing you've taken like a couple steps forward and you turn back, and like all of your party members are just pass the fuck out.
Oh yeah, real funny, guys. Yeah, let's all fall asleep on Douglas again and pretend that we're all asleep. That's real mature. Haven't we gotten past this? Whatever, guys. I'll. And he turns away as though oh, I didn't see anything. Starts walking away, then looks back over her shoulder. Wait a minute. Comes back to sit down by Alyssa, looks at her, shakes her a little bit. Alyssa?
She's not waking up.
Oh. I look around me. Is there anyone in the field?
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
You can do it.
9.
9.
9. 9 is 9.
All right. The only thing that you notice is you hear a bit of barking as a small dog runs up towards you, being chased by a little girl.
Oh my god.
As the table of bad things is being thrown in here.
Draw my sword.
this tiny little black puppy, and it's gonna be, come back, as she's trying to chase this dog.
Okay.
Shaking my head at you.
I gotta shake Alyssa a little bit more. Do I have a healing potion? I feel like I do.
Rose has a bunch of healing potions. I think everybody has at
Yeah.
least one healing
I've
potion.
definitely got. I've got one in my inventory, so I'm gonna like pour a healing potion down Alyssa to see if that will do anything to wake her up.
Yeah, you pour it down her throat. Nothing.
Okay. Hey, you there, little girl.
And the puppy immediately like runs over to you and starts like yapping a little and like kind of
Down.
jumping onto your leg and
Down.
like trying to sniff at you
Down.
and kind of it goes down and runs around your legs a few times.
Stop. Moving. I'm gonna try and
And-
command the dog to stop.
Roll me an animal handling.
Just stop.
I think the first animal handling we've had this entire campaign.
That's 6.
No, the dog just keeps barking at you. And the little girl finally catches up. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Toto, come here. And she picks up the little dog.
What are you
in
doing,
her
my
arms.
friends have just fallen unconscious here.
You should run. That means they're coming.
Who are coming?
Oh no.
She said, the big scary flying things. And she's like, here, and she hands you a copper as she's like, I would get running, and she starts running away.
Hands me a copper piece.
First, it's first. She's basically like, thanks for stopping Toto. She runs away.
Uh-huh. Okay, tactic number 2. I go to Aiden and I slap him in the face. Aiden! Aiden! And second slap. Aiden! Aiden!
Roll
Aiden!
me a d20. Just roll me a straight d20.
Okay. 17.
Okay, yeah, Aiden, you are slapped awake.
Why?
Start running now. That way. Follow little girl.
Okay.
Run. You're gonna die.
Aiden decides not to run and instead decides to fly as he jumps on his broom.
That works too. Take someone else with you. I go to.
Just pull out Surrender Dorothy in the sky.
All right. I go to one of the others. I go to Alyssa. I'm like, Alyssa. And I slap her. Alyssa. Sorry.
Roll me another d20.
Alyssa. Wake up. Damn it. The 4.
Nope.
It's like a little tap.
Can you she looks she could fit on my broom, right?
Yeah, throw on the broom.
Yep. We just we kind of like
I go to Frilly.
Let's like across the broom.
Throw.
Frilly, wake up. Slap. Frilly, wake up.
Just roll me the d20s you're gonna use to freaking
Not 20 on Frilly.
On the first slap, Frilly wakes up.
And,
As she wakes up, like she feels pain on her face, and she just like enters a rage, and she's just like,
Oh shit.
oh boy, that's the spirit. And then on Rose, it's an 8. Like, Rose, damn it. All right, Frilly, take Rose.
What's going on?
We're all fitting on this tiny broomstick.
I didn't say we
It's
were all-
like the Phoenix Dock again. Remember how much you like that? It's like that again.
With the broom.
No,
It's-
we're all-
This room is really only going to be able to fit 2 people at max,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
because one of them is a halfling.
What if they're on top
I
of
think
one another?
Aiden took off once Alyssa was on the broom.
All right,
Oh,
it's time
okay.
for us to run. And I grab half of Rose, you grab half of Rose, and we start running.
Okay, you see the little girl. The little girl is basically
Just
running
so
through the
wrong.
poppy. It's running through the poppy fields,
Follow the girl.
towards the forest.
As,
And yeah.
I was just say as Aiden starts to catch up with the little girl, he starts humming under her breath and is like.
And Aiden, because you are high up in the sky, you look around and you see a cloud but it's not a cloud because it's moving much too quickly, and it's certainly not a uniform thing. Instead, as you focus your eyes on them, you see 1, 2, 3, perhaps almost 100 of these flying creatures. Perhaps, hard to say what they are, but maybe you could say they're flying monkeys of some form.
That's no cloud.
As they are.
How far away is this cloud?
They're quickly advancing. Like, you think they're going to catch up to you in a couple of minutes if you don't get going.
Like Legolas looking over.
He's
Crab-eyed from Dunland.
He's going. However, if they ever get, within close enough, he will fireball them.
Okay. So all of you who are running need to make me an athletics check. It's going to be a little more difficult because, you're carrying a party member with you.
Difficult. I got
That's a nat 20. Douglas, you start getting tired.
Regretting all
but
those
Philly is
pastries
just
Rose is
powering on ahead.
I put Rose in my back and try to grab Douglas's hand while I'm just like.
Do I need to make an athletics check?
She's like a hefty bag of flour.
Wonder Woman.
I'm so strong.
Aiden, I think you're fine just because you're on a broom. That doesn't need any athleticism. As you guys dive into the forest, you hear the screeching of monkeys as they approach you. They all have unnaturally purple tinged fur and wings as they chase you towards the forest. They're clearly having some trouble trying to find you as you're now in the thicket of it. The little girl is still carrying her little puppy now that you see, and she's just kind of dodging through all the trees. As you guys enter into a clearing, you seem to have lost these monkeys. As you hear them the sound of them fading away.
That was a lot of monkeys.
That was a lot of monkeys. Too many monkeys. Too many.
Alyssa,
Jumping on the bed.
Aiden's gonna try to gently shake Alyssa awake.
Oh, me a d20.
Alyssa, get up. It helps when you slap. I found it.
That's a 6.
Nope. Get up.
It's gonna feel that in the morning.
Get up.
Can I try to wake up Rose?
Sure.
19. Rose.
Yeah, Rose, you wake up too.
Rose.
What? Yeah.
It's
Guys,
Fell
I can't wake up Alyssa.
I was having the weirdest dream. You were
wake
there,
up.
and you were there, and you were there.
You know what? A 10 is enough considering that you are far away enough from the puppies
Okay.
at this point. So let's say you wake up.
We were in this poppy field.
Alyssa, you just
It was great.
over a broom.
There was
Why am I on the brooms? Why? I'm confused. Why
There's
was this
monkeys.
broom?
There was this cloud that wasn't a cloud. It was actually a cloud of very horrifying monkeys.
Basically,
Oh,
what
the
happened
monkeys
is
are lovely normally.
you all fell asleep on me, and I was the only one here, so I woke up Aiden and Frilly, and we took the rest of you in. There's this little girl, she had a dog, she gave me a copper piece, and I don't
Where'd she
trust her.
go?
You're
Douglas,
the
you're
little
really
girl.
brave to face that on your own.
I faced
Mhm.
it. I faced
Thank
it.
you.
It was a dog. I mean, I've dealt with worse.
No, I mean facing saving us.
Yeah, and the fact that suddenly all your party were unconscious and you must have had to work out what to do, and that must have been terrible.
I just
I
slapped
mean,
you
great,
for a
great.
bit, and you guys woke up. It was no big deal.
Wait.
Yeah.
That was actually real. That wasn't actually part of my dream.
No, I definitely slapped you.
I was fishing and
Do it
I
again
caught
if you
fish,
want.
and it slapped me in the face with its tail.
It was,
That
did it feel like this? And I slapped it.
Yeah. It felt
was me.
exactly. like that, and I would kindly ask that you don't do that again, or I will set you on fire.
It was very good.
I don't remember any slapping. I don't think I was slapped.
No, I just shook you.
Okay.
Yeah. But the little girl ran into the forest. She must be around here. Little girl.
It's a little dog. I like doggies.
You see the small girl duck into what looks like to be like almost within this clearing. There's this kind of stone gateway in a sense. I see her duck through and continue forward.
Little girl. Oh, she's gone.
Yeah,
Come on, everybody, into the stone arch.
Yeah. You continue and you see her. Sorry, give me 1 second, as there seems to be the property manager here.
Real humans.
Actual real people.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry.
It was weird. You guys just fell asleep on me. To be honest, I thought you were all playing a trick.
I mean,
Or dead.
I didn't feel sleepy, which is weird because, like, you remember that time when we all just like pretty much collapsed because we were really tired? I remember feeling really sleepy, but I didn't really feel sleepy this time. But I feel like maybe I've had something that's made me sleepy.
I remember we were in this poppy field and it was great.
It was the poppy
and
field.
it was just beautiful, and then just nothing.
How come I didn't feel it then?
I don't know.
Douglas, you don't feel anything. So.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense, actually. See, I knew that would
It's
come in
because
handy.
you're really tough, Douglas.
I've been telling you guys not to feel anything. Hold on now.
It's hard. I'm very squishy.
And I feel all the things because I'm learning
telling
stuff
me.
still, and I can't learn about how great the world is if I don't feel things.
Well,
next time we go towards that poppy field, maybe we should set it on fire first.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say maybe we should collect a whole mess of poppies.
Or that.
Drugs.
I don't deal in drugs.
It always starts with catnip first.
Mm.
And then you get onto the harder.
I don't deal in drugs. That ruins neighborhoods.
Catnip is a gateway drug.
You heard it here first, fam. Catnip is a gateway drug.
But
Where
Cracker
did you learn to do that? I learned it
Daddy
from
did
watching you.
once.
I learned it from you.
This and we're gonna have Scruffy. Scruffy what was his name?
Scruffy the bandit.
Scruff McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah, Scruffy McGruff. We're gonna have him on next week to talk about the
Don't make the mistakes I did, kids.
Hello, Lisa. Help me bite crime.
Anyway, we're following this girl.
Yeah. And as she goes through, the forest seems to be greener and greener. Sorry about that, guys. By the way, the property manager just came by and was like, "Need to test the logs." So I'm like, okay. It seems to be greener and greener. Like it's more vibrant as you walk through. And the little girl keeps going forward, and she kind of goes takes you through these twists, and you are now, as you turn a corner, you're facing what seems to be a small city in this forest.
Like a tiny city? Or it's just like not a big city?
It's not a big city.
Okay.
I don't remember there being a city. I like to think I'm up on hip places. This seems like a hip place, and
everything is green here. All green. And you see people who are around here, mostly gnomes. There's some elves, all dressed in green as well, all wearing green glasses. And the little girl kind of just keeps going forward, skipping through towards a larger house that seems to be in this city.
Oh man, you know what that means?
We're off to see the wizard.
Once you're out of the dark, you're out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light.
Are there a lot of halflings here?
There are a lot of gnomes.
No.
a whole lot of gnomes.
This is a very peculiar place.
Yeah, you guys would know that like the forest around the Glimmer Grove, Alyssa and Philly would know this, tends to have mostly elven, gnomish populations.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not terribly unusual.
But the fact that it's green, it is unusual, right?
Yes.
I don't remember green before. I mean, I remember green in the trees and in the grass and like the fields and like some of the plants' leaves that were green and there's some bushes that were green. I don't remember like this being green.
Yeah, me neither.
Like yeah, like this community is just green.
Green, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. Huh.
Don't trust it.
Is there somebody that looks kind of friendly passing by?
Yeah, there's like the gnomish woman who's walking past.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're kind of new here, but I don't want to be rude. Do you know why everything's green here? It's very pretty.
She said, well, it's green because of our great wizard who lives here.
Oh,
That's
what's
a green
this?
wizard, eh?
Well, I'm assuming that all of you have come to see the great wizard.
Now, what is this wizard's name?
Is he wonderful?
I don't really like
'Cause I've
wizards.
heard sometimes wizards are wonderful.
Oh, he is quite indeed a wonderful wizard. In fact, I suppose you could say he's the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Huh. That's a nice ring.
Does he know? Does he know about fire?
Oh, he knows about all sorts of things. I'm sure you could find out if you ever talk to him.
How do we talk to him?
Can we gain an audience with him?
Well, if you just walk up and if you tell your story and he finds it interesting, he'll let you in.
Oh, we're really good at telling stories, and we've got lots of stories to tell.
That's a A+ wizard right there.
A+ wizard. Yes, never heard this plot before. Definitely not.
Yeah, no, I don't
Definitely
know.
100% my creative content.
Brush here. We gotta
So
get dolled
soon.
up first. brush here, brush there.
What? Can someone pinch me? What color are those horses?
God damn it, guys.
What's a horse of a different color?
There are no horses around here. Anyway.
Darn.
The licensing issues. There are no.
We couldn't afford the horses.
They're actually just plain colored horses, like for licensing issues.
But yes. So, she said, I mean, if you just go up to the house over there, then perhaps the Great Wizard will see you.
I'm pretty sure he will, because we're pretty great too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He might be the wonderful Wizard of Oz, but we are the great party planners. One and four halves. That's right, because not everyone's as short as Douglas.
We've also come here. Would he know anything about people disappearing around here? Have you had any disappearances around here?
Oh, well, we haven't, but I'm sure the Great Wizard will know. I'm
Also-
immediately going into the voice of, like, what anybody talks about, like, the Wizard of Oz. Like, they did.
Also, do you have fire insurance?
Nobody sees the wizard. No way, no how.
The Great Wizard take care of it all.
Yeah, but fire can actually happen at any time, and it can be really surprising.
Especially if you have a wizard who's experimenting with fire powers, fire magic.
These are all
You
facts.
should look
Or
into
a
that.
sorcerer.
You know what? We're gonna go talk to him, and I'll bring it up with him. Workplace hazards.
I left.
Know your rights.
All right. Are you guys going to go to the house?
Yeah.
I'm following these guys wherever they take me.
All right. You come across a fairly ornate-looking house, made out of. You can see there's like these green stones that decorate the outside of the house, and it's a fairly ornate-looking door with a face, with the knockers that have like a face.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of what you see. And the door just closes as you guys get there, basically. After somebody just went through.
Give it a knock.
I knock. Yeah.
All right. You grab onto whoever grabs onto the door knocker. As you just touch it, the face comes to life. Hedda says, "Welcome, travelers. Now, may I ask why you are here to see the wonderful wizard?"
Well, we're here to see the wonderful
Are
wizard.
you guys sure? Sure, we didn't get high on something in that poppy field. That doorknob's talking.
Not 100% certain.
God.
I'm pretty sure we are high from
This
poppies.
is nothing I've seen before, and I've been here before.
What was in that? What was in that catnip? Frilly, did you drug all of us?
I swear I did not. And I don't think you guys took any catnip.
I mean, you could have put it in the food, or
Oh, no.
spice things up. You didn't use it.
I'm
as a
saving
spice, did you?
the last of it for something special.
The face says, "Do you have anything to offer the wizard, or are you seeking the wizard's help? The wizard can cure any ailment, can cure any curses."
Really? We're new in town, and that seems like a
You
great
do have
thing.
some curses, Rose.
We would like some. For to Frilly, it's like, do you want some stuff cured?
Maybe my feet.
Yeah, we need a
That'd be great.
foot treatment
Mhm.
that only the wizard could probably solve.
Yep. Foot treatment. That's only
Just
reason
the
we're here.
one though. The rest of us, I don't think need feet treatment. I don't need feet
Mhm.
treatment, but I need to be with my friend Frilly to make sure her feet get looked after properly.
We're her support. We're her support group.
Also, information that only the wizard might know about goings on.
The face says, "You may enter." And
Also,
the doors,
I'd like to offer him fire insurance as well.
the door swings open. And you may enter.
All right. Well, no, we know how to do that. Everybody link arms.
We're off to see the wizard. The wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. It sort of has a nice rhythm to it, doesn't it?
Indeed. It's almost like
I don't like it.
I suddenly feel the need to ask for a heart. Yep.
Oh, Aiden, you have a heart already. You're very loving.
I know that. I
The
know
only
that.
one who really needs a heart is Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Douglas should ask for the heart. Really, if I'm honest.
Why are we
Yeah.
giving
No,
hearts?
we Douglas doesn't want.
What kind of necromancer is this guy?
I don't know. Maybe someone should ask for a brain too. But I think we've all got brains. We're all very clever.
Does this guy just have organs lying around?
This is an organ dealer.
What's
Sounds shady to me.
An organ dealer.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Welcome to Tales from Twisted Tower, where we ruin all your favorite.
Like we're slowly making our way forward.
I
Off to see the wizard.
Yeah, and we go down.
Yeah, this
the hallway.
essentially enters straight into a hall of some form. And in front of you, you see the small girl carrying the puppy.
Oh.
Now that you have a better look at her, that she's not running, you see she has these very neat little like braided pigtails, this kind of nice checkered dress, and the very shiny red shoes.
Estrella is dressed weird.
Yeah, the kid's dressed weird.
her shoes are really, and I mean, they're not really practical for walking or adventuring in. And I'm not sure her outfit's particularly, but it certainly would not keep her safe.
She's probably like, it seems like maybe 12 or so.
Also a bit young to be an adventurer, maybe.
A little bit.
And right next to her, at the end of the hall, is this giant face, basically similar to the one that was carved on the door, but this one is made out of stone.
Oh, your face! That's the face, the door face. Face.
We're definitely tripping.
Do you think the face is just going to get bigger every time we see it? Because that's already big.
I really hope not.
This is a very big face.
Maybe you could set fire to it, Aiden.
Yeah, I'm considering it.
I thought you were.
And
you looked like you were considering it.
And the little girl, not noticing you guys enter, it's like, I'm so sorry, sir, but Toto accidentally woke up the monkeys, and then I had to run, and then I came across these people, and she like turns to, and there they are.
Hi.
And you see the face kind of. Now it doesn't really have eyes per se, more like eye sockets, but it definitely like turns to kind of seems to focus itself on you guys.
Hey,
and
big
says,
face.
Hello.
Says, welcome. Now, what can I, the Great Wizard, can do for you, and what can you do for the Great Wizard?
I have a question. Are you just a face?
Is there a bigger face?
Also, do your faces get bigger? Because we had this discussion.
Yeah, it's very important.
He says.
And possibly are your faces fire resistant?
Indeed, it is made out of stone, and the Great Wizard is always cautious of forest fires. Now, what can the Great Wizard do for you, or what can you do for the Great Wizard?
How's fire and stone work for you? Not good?
We're adventurers by trade. We solve a variety of problems and things. Are there any problems we might be able to solve, perhaps?
I said, indeed, there is. In fact, I could present you the problem if you could name your price.
Maybe my feet?
The face seems to kind of like lower a little to see. Said, indeed. Would you want a new feet, perhaps, then?
Yeah, maybe just back to their regular selves. That would be nice.
And it fixes his eyes on you, Rose, and says, and would you want to return to normal, as you have been cursed, I see.
Have I?
What?
Rose?
You were cursed?
Are you okay? Do you feel okay? I'm a bit panicked now for you.
Yeah, she's a bit panicked for herself.
Because she has no idea.
What?
Sit down, breathe.
Nobody told me. Am I gonna die?
Is she gonna die?
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, cut her off feet.
You don't feel like you're gonna die, do you, Rose?
No, I feel great. I feel stronger than ever.
You look really great, actually. I thought that the other day. You look really great.
Oh, thanks.
It's
okay. The wizard says, and I heard you were looking for information. Perhaps what information can I tell you?
We're here on a mission. There are people missing that we've been sent to find, or at the very least find out their fates. Have you heard of people going missing in and around Glimmergrove? Also, have you heard anything about drugs?
About drugs?
There's some kind of
Twisted Towers.
Or Twisted Towers.
Also, another question. Where did this place come from? Because it wasn't here before. It wasn't all green like this. Like, I lived here my entire life. And from the age of 10, when my parents died, I went adventuring all over the Glimmergrove, and I don't remember all the green. I mean, like, I remember the trees are green, and the bushes are green, and some of the plants' leaves are green, and the grass is green, but the buildings were not green.
The face said, "The wizard knows much, but the wizard does not know about a twisted tower, nor does it know about people going missing, which is odd." And it says,
Don't
"And
know
well, the
much, do
forest
you?
is green because the wizard is here."
I think the wizard's telling the truth.
Some kind of gardener.
I don't think the wizard knows anything about this.
Right.
What would you have us do? What is this thing you need our help with?
The face says, "To to the west there is a strange magic user, of which perhaps you could say, who has taken up roots there and is terrorizing this village. I would ask of you to defeat this witch."
A wicked
Is she
witch
wicked?
from the west.
Like, no, but is she actually wicked? More than good?
The small child, the small child said, I would say so. She almost, I mean, she sent those like those bad monkeys after us.
Oh, those are
That
hers.
does sound really evil, actually. She doesn't sound very nice. What does she look like? Just so we can recognize her. I can do a sketch.
I haven't seen her. I tried to get into her place, but then Toto woke up the monkeys.
No identifying features at all? No.
I think like she's probably really ugly, and she wears a lot of black.
I mean,
Sounds
witches
like a
do
witch
that.
to me.
Yeah.
She guys. This witch must be very ugly.
And the wizard says, "Yes, indeed. If you do defeat the witch, I will be able to solve your problems. Now, before you would like to go, I can give you some refreshments and a place to rest. That is what the wizard."
Good.
It's been a long week.
And it's only been a couple of days. You'll be
Mhm.
surprised of what we've done.
The wizard does understand, and the wizard would like to know more about your stories, perhaps at another time. And at this point, you see Dorothy kind of seem to kind of perk up. Said, "Oh, I can get you drinks right here." And she kind of ducks. She ducks up to a set of stairs you didn't notice before, and she climbs up. And shortly afterwards, she comes back down with a tray with some tea on it.
Ooh.
Can do tea.
What is your name?
The name's Dottie. Yeah, but
That's a
if
silly
you
name.
want some tea, I have some. It's the wizard's specialty. Always gives it to his guests, but usually I have to help him out with that because he, doesn't really have.
Wizard special.
I grab one.
Because he's just a big giant
Specialty.
face and he has no hands.
I'm not drinking this.
This is lovely.
Rose is already drinking.
Yeah, Larissa's drunk it. She's like, cheers.
Can't turn
Oh,
down
wait.
tea. It's rude.
Does the wizard have any special fireball whiskey?
Said, "I'm not allowed to touch the liquor." And the wizard said, the face said, "The wizard allows you to fetch alcohol for this young halfling." And
Thanks.
And she sets down the tray and goes up and gets you a freaking like glass of.
Oh my god. This is the perfect match. We may have found a character with the most tragic backstory growing up in Depression era Kansas.
She looks at you, Douglas, says, Are you not gonna drink anything?
No.
Do you have any biscuits?
No.
Oh, okay.
Biscuits was going really nicely with tea.
And the wizard says, "You may set up within one of the houses nearby. I'm sure they will know as soon as you tell them the wizard has sent you that they are to welcome you."
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
I like this wizard. For being just a floating head, very prompt.
He gets
very
things
helpful.
done.
Gets things done.
And I bet you he keeps all his promises too.
He seems like a fairly trustworthy.
I reckon he can
wizard.
do all the things he says, and he gets things done, and he sounds pretty cool.
I believe him 100%.
Yeah, but Aiden, you did believe the dragon lady.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
he was bad.
Yep.
You know what else is cool? His entire city for gnomes means the houses are going to be our size. Oh, I'm sorry, Alyssa. It will be
Oh, I
cozy.
feel like you guys for a change. Oh, it's like the reverse. Like you guys are always really short and you can't reach, and then now I'm gonna feel like you because I'm gonna be the odd one out being really tall, and I'm gonna have to duck and things. And
It's an experience in empathy.
oh, I get to.
An adventure.
And the wizard says,
Maybe I could embody being as grumpy as Douglas while I do it.
That's my least favorite puffy. Right next to sympathy.
You should have asked him. Wait, Douglas, you should have asked him to bring you back to your normal size.
What's your favorite pathy?
Psycho.
Psycho.
I thought you were gonna go for a pathy.
That's up there.
the wizard said, the wizard must attend to other businesses. If you have none other, I bid you farewell.
Oh, I'm sorry. We just get off track all the time. Our apologies.
We'll
We
go.
do this.
The DM kicking you forward.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We'll just hang out a bit longer.
we head to a nearby house to stay in.
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk out and you are dazzled again by the brilliant green of this place.
Bit bright.
Dazzled.
It's so good.
It's really bright and intense, but green and sparkly.
I'm gonna need everyone who, except for Douglas, to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I knew it. 8.
Come on, 16.
Hey.
8.
15 for Rose.
See where trusting no one gets me?
Depression and
But alive and depressed. That's the difference.
The important parts.
Well, you don't fall down dead or unconscious at any point, but you feel like things are just going to be fine.
Yay.
And I think that's where we're going to leave it off for today.
Yay.
With everything
That's awesome.
being fine.
so everything's gonna be great, guys. Guaranteed. You heard it here.
I feel really good about everything right now.
Yes,
That's
Straight from the DM's mouth. Everything's going to be fine.
it's a verbal contract, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Everything's gonna be great.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for tonight's episode of the Tales from the Twisted Tower. Stick around though, we've got another show coming up. You guys jump in, play Dungeons and Dragons with us in the Great Gallery of Grunrundi. But if you enjoyed today's show, hit the follow button and join us to catch more episodes. Every single week, Tales from the Twisted Tower is here, Thursdays at 1 PM Eastern. Come along, join us. It's shenanigan-filled fun. But let's go on the cast. What do we think? Kienna, what do you think about tonight's show?
Oh, that was so much fun. I didn't have much planned for this because I wasn't sure where you guys were going to go, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad. It would have been interesting if you fell for the dragon trap, but instead you managed to kind of figure out the hustle pretty quickly. I am pretty excited to see how this goes. I had an idea for the Wizard of Oz thing, but as soon as the way that you figured it out, I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to have to actually introduce the wizard. All right, we're introducing the wizard. So yeah, I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of saving throws in your futures that I can foresee. But yeah, I love this game. I love DMing it, and thank you so much, chat, for everything and for voting in the U.S. hockey team that I had to look up
That's awesome.
as we were doing. I'm like, I have no idea what the uniforms even look like. Oh God. But always great fun on here, and I love being able to kind of play around with fairy tales and classic stories as Twisted Tales kind of gives away. You guys can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/KiennaS. You can also find me on Twitch with that same username. Basically, I love hanging out with you guys. I love chatting about D&D and life and all that fun stuff. So I would love if you like to come and chat with me on either one of those things. I usually do announce when I go live on Twitch or on Twitter. It's kind of a no real schedule, just when I feel like hang out and prepping some D&D or playing some games. On Sunday, I am actually going to be on Grimjack's channel, twitch.tv/Grimjack21502, playing a Pulp Cthulhu one-shot where I got to play a cool inventor lady trying to save the main cast, which is super awesome, and I'm very excited to do that. So if you want to see me actually in the player seat rather than the DM seat, I highly recommend going there. And thanks everyone for a lovely game, and always looking forward to next week.
Great stuff. And Kat?
Yeah, honestly, Kiana, once again. Also, I love the fact that we talked about Wizard of Oz and how much you loved it, and we both were like, oh my god, I love Wizard of Oz, and then you're like, oh look, Wizard of Oz this week. So, loved that. It was a really good game. I'm really excited to see how you get the Wizard of Oz and what happens next. You can find me on Twitter as @CatTulip. Hang out, I chat in there, come find me, say hello. I talk D&D, mostly rubbish and kind of weird stuff and anything that's in my brain. I'm also a host on Pocket Mimic Podcast, so you can come and find me. I run the Pocket Mimic Podcast Twitter. And if any of you have or managed to get your hands on the Cake and Writing Desk newest book, The Between, you'll find one of my stories in there as well. So you can also check me out in their book.
Awesome. And Anna?
Hello, so I had loads of fun as always. But I'm always super excited to see what fantasy land you cook up next or you throw at us. So it's always like, ooh, wait, a black dog? What could it be? And yes, it was. So yeah, I guess thank you everybody for being here and chilling. But you can find me on the interwebs on Twitter as @AdaBphoto. I just write silly things sometimes. On Twitch as Cyborg Pizza. On what are words? On Geeks Guild, I make D&D pins, and on Wonder Quest, all women 5e actual play podcast, and which is kind of how I got my character a little bit between two characters. So you gotta listen. It's fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Good times.
Absolutely. Kyle?
Oh man, Kiana, this was a great session. Thank you so much for running. It was really good.
I'm glad. I was surprised it turned into the campfire episode. I'm like, oh, ready?
That was fun. I like as always, you can find me on Twitter. I'm @Kyle Chenye, capital K, capital C. I also have a blog on Tumblr called Dungeons and Donuts, which you can find at dungeonsdonuts.tumblr.com. If you like my character, Rose Royce, you can find a bunch of art and stuff of her there. Just be sure you check that out.
Great stuff. And last but not least, Tommy.
Hey, that was great. Love the campfire sessions. Aiden's not quite there yet, though, with sharing his backstory. Gotta leave the viewers a little something more to want, you know.
Thanks, Tom.
Another great session. I'm excited to see the shenanigans we get up to as we completely destroy the Wizard of Oz, and everything you love about it. You can follow me on Twitter at Imperator Pengu, name above me. That's where I announce any sort of streaming or anything I'm doing. I'm also a member on the Undersiders podcast, which you can follow at Undersiders Pod. We release on Sundays. We've got like 3 episodes out. So go and give that a listen.
Cool. Amazing. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another fun-filled episode of Tales from Twisted Tower. But stick around for our next show, the Great Gallery of Grundy. You guys can join in, play Dungeons and Dragons with us. But it's been so much fun. As always, can't wait for next week. And until next time, try not to throw too many net ones, because we're going to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody!
Bye!
Bye!